I forgot who Riddick Bowe fought, but remember Riddick Bowe?
Fan Man.
No. That wasn't Riddick Bowe. That was his Brownsville crew. You know what I'm saying? From Brooklyn. Yeah. They hopped.
Was it when the security threw? Oh yeah, that was Fan Man when they threw the security had the.
Yeah, the security did, but then
walkie-talkie. He's in with the walkie-talkie.
Yeah. But then you see all Riddick Bowe's crew just start kicking and shit. I do the same thing. Fuck that guy. That guy should deserve to get beaten the shit out of. Fucking psycho.
Gibbs, what's up?
Yo.
Ness probably doesn't know that fight because he doesn't watch boxing, right?
Yo, what up?
Hey, do you have audio clips from that ESPN first take with Arum and Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
I figured you would, yeah.
Yo, you know what's going on is I sent all this stuff to myself, and it isn't working for whatever reason. Not that it isn't working. I used the Sierra, Enrique, to go from one laptop to another, and it ain't showing up. So I had to email it to myself. So apologies.
What's the
Yo?
Not familiar with that. Oh, okay.
Software.
Yeah. Juan Manuel Lopez, right? That's his name.
That's what I wanted to have there. How that Photoshop came out, huh? MD don't like that at all. You know he don't.
Which one?
Oh, you can't see it?
I see it, but what box?
Yeah, which one? The Walmart?
No. Pacquiao punching Golovkin.
I don't see that.
I don't see it either.
Where's that at? Oh, I see it. It's on Ness's
full screen.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay. I got it on full screen, but whatever. Let's get started then. All right, fellas.
I don't think that.
All right, mute.
Our menu has recently changed. Please listen carefully to the new prompts before making your selection. To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is TB. BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? When he clapped the 4th round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice. I'm your host, Ness GTO, and today we will be talking some crazy headlines. Bob Arum, definitely. Is he acting crazy? Is he trolling? Is he just doing his best job as a promoter? Saying that Pacquiao might look good enough to take on Golovkin next. There's also talk of maybe Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao next. But good old Stephen A. Smith coming to the rescue, asking Bob Arum, what's up with a shot at Errol Spence? Everybody wants Errol Spence to get a shot. Why not versus Manny Pacquiao, right? And we have a whole lot of other topics to discuss. Definitely, we're going to speak about Lennox Lewis saying that Vladimir Klitschko will defeat the British superstar heavyweight in Anthony Joshua. And then we absolutely have to talk the pandemonium that broke out in Puerto Rico with Juan Manuel Lopez and Wilfredo Vasquez Jr., who after this knockout loss has retired, at least in his post-fight. So if this is something that you're interested in, something that you think you want to be part of, remember that number is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time if you want to speak to any of the hosts or just voice your opinion. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll be
ThaBoxingvoice.com. You need that fear. All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. I'm the base of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with you. My drop, I know my drop, I know my cigarette. Fred is going to be with it. For both of us. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You already know we're going to get right into it, talk a little bit about Gennady Golovkin, possible opponent for Manny Pacquiao. How in the hell? Let's head on over to New Jersey.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Boxing voice. Listen, if he comes to fight, then I'm going to look for him.
I saw fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to the show. This is the Boxing Voice, as Mr. Gibbs introduced it. Yeah, you know, I went to a Halloween party, so I didn't really get to see any boxing, but I did hear Richard Schafer news, and I did see the Lopez versus Wilfredo Vasquez pandemonium cornerman throwdown. So can't wait to hear the callers. Let's go down south to FLA.
And the good resident doctor becoming ever more popular in the Sunshine State of Florida. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother?
I just hope one day I could become popular enough to get an introduction.
I know. Hey, listen, you got to talk to the guy with all the skills.
I've been thinking about that.
The Piazzis of the world, the Matts and the Enriques. You know, I have no control over that part. I can only do, but.
So this weekend, right? Florida, Georgia's big. You know, everybody in Gainesville leaves to go to Jacksonville, right? It's a big football game. I couldn't go because of school. So Saturday, you know, I decided to take my girlfriend to the fair, which I haven't gone in like 4 years, right? And while walking in the fair, I hear this guy go, MD, MD. And I look over, and guess who it is?
Jay from Orlando.
Jay from Orlando, right? And, you know, he was there visiting his family. I guess he has family that lives up in Gainesville. So, you know, he was giving me some, you know, support and positive feedback. So, you know, I was not, my feelings were hurt after the show last time, you know. I was thinking about not doing it, and Jay convinced me to do it.
Nah, man. MB,
You're about not coming back?
He's joking. He's too tough-skinned for that, please.
As Bob Arum is. But
yeah, you know. So, speaking of Bob Arum, Enrique, obviously I want to go to you first. You're the casual fan. Pacquiao, Golovkin. I mean, what would you pay for that? Do you believe something like that? Is something like that even feasible? I mean, casual fan perspective, what's going on with Bob Arum talking this Gennady Golovkin, Manny Pacquiao?
I don't believe it. I think of it more as like Pacquiao's going to look so impressive that, as a joke, that he will beat the monster of boxing, Triple G. That's how I take it. I don't take it serious. I think
so. No seriousness to it at all.
Nah, I don't think so. It's just
doing his best job as a promoter to make Manny Pacquiao, you know, to get guys like us to talk to about him and have Manny Pacquiao in the headlines.
Headlines next to Triple G, the monster of boxing, the boogeyman, as they call him. Yes, I don't think. Come on.
From a casual fan's perspective, why couldn't that fight happen?
I mean, immediately, I think of like, damn, Pacquiao's just a small guy, a 140-pounder guy who goes between 140, 147, started as a featherweight or something like that, going against a middleweight, a solid guy that Canelo's not giving a chance.
All right. MD, Abel Sanchez, Tom Lawford, they just recently came out and said that they would only go to like 150 or 154 for Mayweather. Like, no one's that big, but that's because honestly, like, Pacquiao wasn't an option till now. Like, the name of Floyd Mayweather and Gennady Golovkin, they've kind of been married to one another for some time now. People have always kind of, pushed for Mayweather to dare to be great and take on Golovkin, right? Like other greats. But Pacquiao doesn't get forced into fighting guys like Golovkin, but now that his own promoter is saying it, we got to remember now, Margarito did it at 150. Can Golovkin make 150? Absolutely not. But maybe he can do the 154. Maybe Pacquiao will do it. And obviously this is all hypothetical. Bob spinning the spin doctor a week before his pay-per-view that's going to happen on ESPN and Box Nation. But, this is just something to talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the difference between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is that they already fought and Manny Pacquiao lost. He's been knocked out before, and Floyd Mayweather, is his self-definition of TBE, and he hasn't been defeated. So I think people expect Floyd Mayweather to do, I guess, more spectacular things or things that a lot of people don't think is possible because he's defied, I guess, the odds so many times and also fought off Father Time. But I do believe that Bob Arum is trolling with this. I think that someone like Freddie Roach, who has gone on record to say that the Kovalev Award winner should not deserve pound for pound best because he believes that Golovkin is the best fighter on earth. Do you really think that a trainer who has such a close relationship with Manny Pacquiao would put him in a much bigger fighter who he believes is the best on earth? I don't think so.
Ness, what about you? Is it a troll? Is it a dare? Or what do you think it is?
Nah, man. I mean, just being honest, it has to be a troll. Pacquiao is just too small to be in the ring with Golovkin. Watching Brook, though, land some shots and use speed and angles, Pacquiao is the king of that. He's the king of speed and angles. It's just something that definitely, I don't know. I guess I really can't think of it serious. I just don't see this. I'm afraid for anyone that fights Golovkin 154 and below, I think he needs a true 160-pound fight that's a fair fight where you don't have to cringe when he's hitting his fighters. I felt pity for Brook. Hell yeah. So imagine Pacquiao getting hit with those shots, because we got to remember, even when he fought Marquez did some damage. He hurt him, and Pacquiao stated that. So yeah, I don't know. Steven, what about you?
I'm sorry, I caught up producing. What was that?
What would you think about Golovkin fighting Triple G? Is that a Bob Arum troll, or is it something that's possibly?
Yeah, it's Golovkin versus Pacquiao is totally a troll, man. I mean, the other day he was talking about he's not sure if he's 100% to beat Vargas, and now today he's talking about matching him up with Triple G. It's a troll, man. He's saying all these things to big up the fight coming up around the corner.
Well, to be fair, this was all in the same interview that he did on First Take. So, what he was saying was, let's not count Vargas out because of that. But in the same sentence, he said, fuck, for all we know, Pacquiao could come out, look sensational, and, everyone will be calling for him to fight Golovkin. But
Ness, let me ask you a question. When we took although a lot of us don't think it's an even fight or even a fight that should be made, I think when people were talking about Manny Pacquiao potentially fighting Canelo, I don't think it was so easily dismissed. So is that a fair statement to make?
Absolutely fair, because, even though I'm doing this all hypothetical, I'm still sitting here trying to find a logical case why Pacquiao could face him. And again, the only comparable fight would be the Margarito fight. That happened somewhere around 150 pounds. And Golovkin has already just recently, less than 2 weeks ago, Abel came out saying that no one will get Golovkin to go to 147 or 150. I don't know the exact number. Producer, you could check it. It's one of those interviews there. But he definitely said 147, 154. Like, no one will get him to go that low besides Mayweather, meaning Canelo isn't important enough. But
how long ago was that? A long time ago, right?
No. This was during the Jacobs negotiation when they were really hot in the media. The producer will find it hopefully once he gets done with all the phone numbers and stuff. But it's definitely out there. If it's not Abel, it's Lawfer. But and I will say this: I believe that the way that the way that the sentence was structured, he was basically saying like, we're not going down there unless it's Mayweather. Like, no one's big enough to get Golovkin to go that low. Not necessarily like, oh yeah, we're willing to go that low to fight Mayweather. More like, yo, Canelo's not Mayweather. Why would we go that low? That's how I took it. We shall see.
Aspect. The biggest business is to go down to 154 to fight Mayweather or whatever the weight is. That's what you mean. That's
and also he would not only be going down there for the biggest fight, he would be getting Mayweather to come out of retirement to fight him. So I know a lot of people are going to say that he should be fighting other people down at 154, but like, you have to be honest with yourself. Floyd Mayweather, with the amount of money that he brings to anybody, has to be the exception or an exception, because it's a different league of finances when we're talking about Floyd Mayweather. So
you would watch the Floyd Mayweather Triple G just because you think of, would Floyd beat Triple G, outspeed him, outwork him?
I think it'll be just the opposite. I think it would be more like, would
he get knocked out?
I think it'll be more the opposite. I think it would be more watched.
See him
would Triple G, knock out Floyd. But I want to transition to our next topic. Still Bob Arum, still Manny Pacquiao. Terrence Crawford, though, is the logical next option for Bob Arum. So I just want to play the audio.
Assuming the favorite wins, though, Bob, is there a Terrence Crawford fight in the offing in the not too distant future? How realistic would that be to be made? Terrence Crawford, one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world today, undefeated American champion.
Right. And the thing I like about a Pacquiao Crawford fight is that it would probably be held at 140 pounds, which is a more natural weight for Manny Pacquiao. He's really not a 147 pounder, although he's been campaigning as one for years. Crawford's a sensational fighter, but Crawford on December 10th will have a major fight, which you will be calling, Max, on HBO from Omaha, Nebraska, and will be announcing his opponent. He gets by that fight. Manny beats Vargas. I'd love to make a fight between Manny Pacquiao
and Crawford, by the way. Crawford seeks out the biggest and the best. He only wants to fight the best.
That is correct.
So, all right. So obviously, Crawford being the next possible opponent makes the most logical sense for Bob Arum and Top Rank, being as though it would be in-house financially and economically. It's obviously going to be the best thing for Top Rank. And also, if somehow Terrence Crawford happens to beat Manny Pacquiao, who hasn't fought below 147 in so long, producer, if you could get that, then he's kind of passing the torch. But how much do you like this option, MD? And again, as Max Kellerman said, assuming he gets past Jessie Vargas November 5th, how much do you like the option of Terrence Crawford being next?
Well, I like that option a lot, but to go back to the Errol Spence comment, right? It would make a lot of sense, and I agree that somebody like Errol Spence, you might argue that needs a belt to deserve an opportunity at Manny Pacquiao. But the problem is that they had a pay-per-view fight, that being Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri, and not too long after, and he was not. It wasn't like he took horrible beatings. It wasn't like his career took a downfall. Errol Spence fought the same guy and smashed him out in 4 rounds. So it's not necessarily a fair criticism from Bob Arum because of that similarity in that opponent. You feel where I'm coming from, Casual?
You lost me 1,000%.
I feel it.
Again, the question is Terrence Crawford as an opponent.
Oh, I guess. Well, I digress. I guess about Errol Spence, but Terrence Crawford as an opponent would be a great opportunity for both fighters because Terrence Crawford is viewed as a threat against Manny Pacquiao. I don't know right now who I'd pick in that fight. It's a very tough fight, and if Manny Pacquiao is able to beat somebody like Terrence Crawford convincingly, it would kind of add to his legacy, which already exists as a Hall of Famer. So, and Terrence Crawford has the opportunity to beat one of the biggest stars still in boxing. So I think it's a great fight, and I think it's a deserving pay-per-view fight that, might do reasonable sells, which Terrence Crawford could use because of the failure of his first pay-per-view.
So in your opinion, Crawford obviously would not get criticized, and Pacquiao, do you think Pacquiao would be criticized?
Hell no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Ness, what criticism would it be of Manny Pacquiao? Just like frame that, like just because he's moving up.
Well, yeah, because he would be going down, right, fighting Crawford. But I mean, I guess if he's fighting Crawford at his weight and not a catch weight, it's he's killing himself to go down and make that weight. But remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're listening to this tomorrow on your treadmill, your bike ride, or even in your office or your day job, remember to drop us that 5-star review on iTunes. Helps with the visibility of the show. Listen, the reason I bring that, yes, sir.
Yo, okay, so the last time that Manny Pacquiao would have fought underneath the welterweight limit was when he knocked out Ricky Hatton back in
2007.
There you go. And then as far as Gennady Golovkin coming down in weight, the reports have been coming from as far back as 6 months ago. All of the major outlets,
get us the most recent on boxing scene.
And producer.
The most recent one says that he's only going to go down 154 for Floyd Mayweather, TBE. Exactly. That's it.
All right. But that's the quote we're looking for, because 154 is the weight that Pacquiao would have to be submissive to, because I know Pacquiao is too small for a clean 154, but asking Golovkin to come down to 150 where Margarito met Pacquiao is insane, being as though he's campaigned at 160 for so long. So I think that the only halfway point would have to be 154. Pacquiao could walk in at whatever weight he liked, but the catch weight be 154 for Gennady to only come down those 6 pounds. And I'm sure with Roach, who loves to suck guys down, that's more than generous, 6 pounds.
Well, objectively, right, I think all this comes from the comments that, I guess, Abel Sanchez had to walk back a little bit, because he said he'd fight anybody between 154 and 168 or even 175. I don't know the exact weights, but I know it was at least 150 or 168. And then that kind of clarified it a little bit, saying, they'd only go down to 54 for Floyd, and they're only going to move up to 68 after he unifies the belt. So I don't know how long ago those comments were, so it'd be nice to hear.
No. He got the most recent, and now again, the key thing is they said only for Floyd. That's fine. Floyd is big. We know that he's the face of boxing. He's bigger than Pacquiao, but now he's gone. Next best thing is Pacquiao. Pacquiao has never been an option because he's always been considered way too small. Floyd is only an option because he's so good. It's like maybe he can do it, But let's get into what caused all of this and caused MG to kind of slightly go ahead, because I don't want to say that Crawford is a bad fight, because it's not. Crawford-Pacquiao was a great fight. A couple of months ago, we even wanted it when we thought that Crawford was absolutely getting it immediately after the Victor Postol win. That didn't happen. But, for Stephen Smith, I just want to applaud him for the manner in which he conducted the interview with Bob Arum, and he pressed Bob Arum. And I wanted to allow you guys to hear that. So give me about 1 millisecond and we'll get to it.
I'm calling a fight on November 5th. And I got to ask you this question, Bob Arum. Max brings up Terrence Crawford. One of the debates that he and I keep having when it comes to Manny Pacquiao is, how come he keeps mentioning Terrence Crawford? How come I haven't heard the name Errol Spence Jr.? I would like to see Pacquiao in a fight like that. What about something like that, Bob?
Wait. Errol Spence looks like he's going to be a terrific fighter. He really does. But he hasn't really proven himself. He hasn't fought for a world title yet. He hasn't fought some of the best fighters in the welterweight division. Can he possibly rise to the top? Can he beat a Garcia? Can he beat a Thurman? We don't know. Probably yes. But the truth is, he's a terrific prospect, but he's still a prospect. Stephen, he's still a prospect. Maybe he has the goods to rise.
Well, he's a contender, but I agree with you. He hasn't proven what Crawford's proven so far. But by the eyeball test, I think we'd all agree, eventually, if they're the same size, Crawford and Spence would be a tremendous matchup. In the meantime, Stephen A., I know you want to talk about Pacquiao.
And before anyone jumps in, I just want to, again, applaud those guys over there.
That was a good invitation.
Give them some good coins for a good job, because just the fact that Stephen A. Smith mentioned Errol Spence on First Take and ESPN is a good thing. And, the fact that Bob Arum was on there is a good thing. So now I just want to address it to you guys.
Well,
Casual, I'll go to you first.
Wait, sorry. It is important to note that the fight is on ESPN pay-per-view, and that is an ESPN network. That's important to note.
That's fine.
Man, Mr. Negativity. So basically he's telling you guys, well, it's only because they're promoting the fight is that he's on ESPN.
Well, what about Errol Spence then?
No, Errol Spence is that's the positive addition about they got rid of Skip. I mean, just from a boxing perspective, right? That they got Max Kellerman, who knows his boxing. And out of the two, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, it seems like Stephen A. Smith actually knew his boxing a little more than Skip Bayless. I feel like Skip Bayless is only there to troll boxing, and Stephen A. Smith really is a fan. So I think it's a good trend that we hear more and more on ESPN and talking about fighters like Errol Spence. So I'm not being negative, Ness. I'm just,
Here's something that came up during that. It felt like an interrogation. Like, how come, Bob? How come? It felt good, actually. Good interview. But prospects, contenders, don't they face champions?
Well, prospects typically do not face champions. Lomachenko is one of those exceptions. I guess one would consider Rigondeaux when he was like 8-0 and got his title shot, or 11-0 and got his title shot.
Kellerman corrected him because Errol Spence is not a prospect.
He's
a contender, the number one contender.
But Bob has a point. Earl hasn't beat the top of the division.
So
he does, yeah.
He hasn't beat the top, but neither did Chris Algieri, and he faced.
But at least Chris Algieri beat Ruslan at that time, and the perception of Ruslan was more dangerous than the perception of Chris Algieri.
Right. All right. So then Errol Spence knocking out Chris Algieri doesn't move him up a notch, give him any.
It does in our eyes, but in the promoter's eyes, obviously he's going to shun that, because his comeback would be, well, Pacquiao dropped him 6 times. He softened him up. He's never been the same after Pacquiao put him down 6 times. Who else has dropped him 6 times?
Yeah, no, I think the argument that Arum's making is not necessarily he hasn't shown in the boxing ring that he can't compete with Manny Pacquiao. I think that he's saying that his name is not as relevant in the casual's mind yet to earn that fight. That's really what I think it comes down to.
And Arum would be right. He would be right in that. Like, again, I love that Errol Spence was mentioned, but Errol Spence needs that win. He needs that win. Like, Algieri is a good win, but Algieri represented no danger in terms of power. It was, can Errol Spence defeat this style? It wasn't more about, is he going to defeat this style?
And unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to get to see the Kell Brook fight. I mean, we would all love that fight to happen.
I know. He asked for a 60-day extension, this dude, because of his medical eye socket issue with Gennady Golovkin. Like, first of all, are you even going to make the weight, or now are you just fucking jerking Errol Spence around? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just for at least to be fair to the man. I mean, you got your shot against Golovkin, you made your money, you moved up. Now, if you really feel like you're not going to make 147 pounds, like it is fucked up that he doesn't just drop the belt and move on, because Errol Spence deserves a shot at a title, because he's proven that he could at least beat, the guys he needs to beat to get to that shot. So he's due somehow.
Hey, back to that.
The thing is that he may be trying to get back down to that weight to make that super fight with Khan happen over there. You know what I'm saying? If he still has that belt, they could possibly entice Khan. Khan really doesn't have much going on this end anyway, and he says he's not fighting until 2017 either, even though he wasn't mentioned on any of those PBC dates.
Stephen A. Smith also mentioned Terrence Crawford, as we were talking about earlier. I actually think that would be the next fight. Bob Arum's next Golden Goose, who I know is Terrence Crawford. I don't know anyone else in the stable at 147 who could, that light welterweight or.
I have a name to throw in the hat, but we're not going to elaborate on this at all. This will be a paid-on-demand show that was done courtesy of Alex from Australia, and we will be getting to work on this immediately. But there's been a lot of talks of a possible super fight with Manny Pacquiao and Lomachenko. If Lomachenko could somehow get past his next fight with Walters, he moves up. Pacquiao moves down. It's an in-house Bob Arum fight. Freddie Roach wants it. Pacquiao doesn't mind it. Bob Arum wants it.
That's a hardcore fight.
It is, but
hardcore fight.
I don't know if Lomachenko beats Walters on HBO, and then his next one is Pacquiao, and all throughout the HBO telecast, they're saying how this guy is this medalist and how he won this title in 3 fights and how he's defending it versus world-class fighters and how he's gonna attempt to move up to face Pacquiao before Pacquiao retires permanently. I mean, it's a story to sell, no fucking lie. But he got to beat Walters.
But there's another story, Terrence Crawford, who will be a real competitive, styles changing in the ring, facing Manny Pacquiao. I think Terrence Crawford's the biggest sell, man.
Oh, and one last thing before we move on to the next topic, right? I kind of like the next Terrence Crawford fight because although Felix Diaz, I missed that show, because although Felix Diaz is the better boxer at this point and more deserving, I think that Felix Diaz poses no threat as far as making it competitive or winning against Terrence Crawford. No. At least John Molina has a puncher's chance. So
no, I think Diaz would have made it a brawl. But so you rather Crawford?
But Enrique, you could make it a brawl, but if you ain't got no power, like how
he
bad?
Has no power. He has no power. Unfortunately, he's not a he could hurt a guy that is less defensively sound than Crawford, but I don't see any scenario with Felix Diaz having it. But you know what he could do, and Bob Arum was right when he said this. He could make the fight look ugly. I mean, John Molina is he has a puncher's chance, and he's there for Terrence Crawford to shine on HBO. And again, like how every single fight is made, those who are ultra critical of this fight, there was not that much time to promote this fight, and they had to get an opponent late. So yes, we should not be shitting on this fight, honestly.
John Molina is the modern day gladiator. Like MD said, he's coming in on short notice. He's taking this fight, but you can't count him out. He's been here before, losing every single round to good boxers, Hank Lundy, Mickey Bay, but he knocks him out. But yo, MD, you were not on that show. You wanted to go out on dates, so beat it, loser. We got to talk about Richard Schafer.
Wait, before Richard Schafer, one of my good friends. I wanted to ask MD, like, who would he rather see, Lomachenko, Pacquiao, or Crawford Pacquiao? Like, what's the more competitive fight right there for Pacquiao?
You could hear our response in depth if you sign up to Patreon. That is, actually not Patreon. That's an on-demand show. but because that's actually
good spin though, MD. Good spin.
But at the same time, it is interesting.
On-demand show, Enrique.
Yeah, and it is interesting. So there's a lot to talk about. It is more intriguing than some people think so.
Pick a day. We got everybody here right now. Who's going to be available? Do we want to do this one? Actually, we'll do it off air.
Let's do it off air. Yeah.
Let's go to Richard Schafer and find out your guys' thoughts on this. Like, we don't have to spend too much time on this. I think Schafer is absolutely right. I read this article in depth. He is correct. Gennady Golovkin deserves a better split. Team Canelo is being unfair, but reading the interview more thoroughly, he makes it clear that Golovkin is not on the level of Canelo, and the Canelo is on another level. And
what
he's
kind of level though? Skill level or
superstar level, but skill as well, because he's picking Canelo to win anyway. So But he's also, that's what I was going to say, because he's picking him to win. He's fluffing him up on how big of a star he is. But we all know he is a big star. But you got to remember, Richard Schafer is back now. So it would be funny to see is he like somehow trying to lobby some sort of position with Canelo. Because you got to remember, he was still there when Oscar got Canelo. Schafer was with Canelo, with Golden Boy for 12 or 14 years. You know what I'm saying? So he might have his own relationship with Canelo. Who knows? And at the very least, he could just be being honest, and he thinks that Canelo's going to win, and he really thinks that Canelo's a bigger star, which we all believe. But he still is like the rest of us. He wants Team Canelo to be fair and give Golovkin what they deserve. Jacobs. So what do you guys think about this? Did you happen to read this one?
Well, Jacobs? You said Jacobs.
Well, no, I mean, Ness again had a
sarcasm, meaning
I knew it.
Meaning Golovkin gets what he deserves, so should other opponents.
What do they say in sarcasm? It's only sarcastic if there's a one iota of truth in the statement. So something that's never brought up at all when we talk about what they offered and what they didn't offer. Producer, maybe you could check this up because I don't know this answer. Do we know 1,000,000% that this fight's going to be at 160, the fight that they proposed?
No, we don't know it, but interesting enough, Richard Schafer mentioned things like that. He said, there's no way they're going to get negotiations done that way, that if they want to, they need to offer Golovkin some sort of back-end percentage on the pay-per-view number or at least a percentage on the revenue of the gate. So, again, Schafer being very open and giving in this interview on fighters that have nothing to do with him. So interesting to see.
One second, but I'm sorry to interrupt. But you go back again to like the business part again. The biggest point of contention for this fight, and it has always been, has been the weight. So I think until we hear from Team Alvarez a weight that they propose the fight, or vice versa, I mean the fight is not going to happen because it seems to me, and it should be, to be honest, because if Golovkin, if there's a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, the fight should be at 160 because he would be fighting for the middleweight belt. Then if he gets that belt and he challenges Golovkin, that fight should be at 160 because that's for the 3 of the middleweight belts. So, I think that needs to be asked and clarified when we continue talking about these business deals, because until then, for all you know, the fight could be at 155, which I don't think Golovkin team should go down to.
Well, I mean, what we know is that the WBO president did come out and say that he is trying to get the fight made for Canelo to be Billy Joe Saunders' second mandatory and face Billy Joe at 160. And we have no headlines objecting that from Canelo or Golden Boy. So, it would be safe to assume that if that fight takes place, they're negotiating to get it at 160. That's why I say let Canelo go get that belt. He obviously wants it, so again, he could squeeze Golovkin, but at least Golovkin can use it as a double-edged sword. It's like, all right, now you got that belt, and now you're at this division again, and now you're at it at 160. So that's it. It's time to play ball. Speaking of playing ball, Lennox Lewis in the past has always been very chummy with Anthony Joshua. So when he picked Vladimir Klitschko over Joshua, if the fight were to happen, and the only reason he even said all this is because he's like, he's basically paraphrasing, right? It's like, it's okay that this fight didn't happen. I don't think Joshua was ready. And he based that off experience, because a guy like Vladimir Klitschko is coming up into about 70 fights. Producer, you can check that out for us whenever you got time. Make sure. I believe he's got about 70 fights, wins and losses. And Anthony Joshua, remember, he's got like 16 or 18. So Lennox Lewis, who was, UK and Canada's heavyweight champ, is picking Vladimir Klitschko's experience over Anthony Joshua's youth and power. Enrique, casual fans' perspective, were you picking Joshua?
Sorry to interrupt, but Vladimir Klitschko does have 68 fights right now. He has 64 wins, 53 by knockout, and 4 losses with 3 by knockouts. And as far back as the Bob Arum, what he said about Lomachenko, he said that Lomachenko was on a list of names to possibly fight Manny Pacquiao along with Terrence Crawford.
Steven, stop now. That's all for the on-demand show. So,
yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll save that. All right, and then let's see. Richard Schafer, he did say that he would have had that fight made by now, and they would already be talking about the rematch. He said that in a quote. from boxingscene.com. And MD, you were also right, because even Dan Rafael wrote in his recent ESPN article on the 23rd that the whole Canelo Triple G thing, it came down mainly to weight.
I was picking Anthony Joshua to beat Klitschko if it were to happen. Yeah, experience does beat the youth, but a peak experience. You know, this guy, I think he's past his peak. We saw how he got beat up by Tyson Fury, just the smothering, the inside game. You can't let Klitschko hold you. Joshua's just too athletic, too lengthy, and you know, he's been proven to knock people out back to back to back. So he's a power hitter with style. So yeah, I picked Joshua 100%. Klitschko and Lennox Lewis are friends. So of course I would give. I mean, he had a great point about experience and youth, which one is better. But I think he's closer to Klitschko, and he was just bigging his boy up, you know.
Well, and I hear what you're saying, but I also feel like Lennox Lewis, who, let's face it, is clearly one of the best heavyweights to ever live. He sees Anthony Joshua getting dubbed that before he's really done shit. I mean, he did not win gold medal like Lennox Lewis did, and he hasn't, you know, fought the level of competition for as long of a time as Lennox Lewis did, and he's already being compared to him. Who, you know, Lennox Lewis in his last fight, he beat Vitaly Klitschko in a fight. A lot of people said Vitaly was coming on but the cuts, but I mean, that was his last fight. And Lennox Lewis came out and like fucking Vitaly Klitschko's face so badly, you know, they had to stop it on cuts. So it was done to punches. So, I mean, I feel where he's coming from, and I agree. And I probably still would favor, actually, I definitely would favor Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua right now. So.
Really? What about you, Ness? Who you favor?
Well, I would have favored Vladimir Klitschko.
Wait, actually, hold on. Anthony Joshua didn't win gold. I apologize about that. But he didn't, let's be real here. There was not the same type of heavyweight Olympic tournament, including when Lennox Lewis knocked out Riddick Bowe in the Olympics. So Anthony Joshua had a much easier route to gold than Lennox Lewis. So
yeah, you know, you're right. But whatever, he won gold. We'll give him all credit. I mean, but I'm with Lennox on this one. And if Joshua would have surprised us, that's what would have made him great. This is why when this fight was announced, even just talking about it was turning me on crazy, because I'm like, wow, this kid has some balls. You know, you don't have to take this route. This is a direct route to legendary status. And I wish he would have been able to get it. You know, Molina and David Price, they don't leave the same taste in your mouth. That being said, Vladimir Klitschko had a big, experienced, declarated amateur as a pro in front of him in Pulev, and he handled that beautifully. You know, in a fight where most of us thought that he would have clinched to death because that was what he does historically, he fucking check left hooked Pulev beautifully. So Pulev isn't as lean as Joshua, but he is as big, and he was not fearful of Vladimir. And, you know, ultimately that was the demise of him. But, you know, I would still rather see a guy that isn't afraid of his opponent fighting versus his opponent, instead of, you know, a guy who is afraid and is on the back foot trying to get away.
Yeah, I think Pulev brings an entirely different style, but I like I said, I was very confused that the odds maker had that fight even. I guess like they're capitalizing on a little bit of Klitschko's demise, or I guess breakdown as he becomes an older fighter. But, you know, I agree with what Ness said to an extent.
Yeah, it's the older fighter that I'm looking at, and I don't think that older fighter, that whole stick and hold work is going to work against Joshua. He's just going to be moving out the way. Landon, I mean, who did you go for when Tyson Fury matched Klitschko?
I picked Klitschko, but casual. Tyson Fury, like you would say, and, you know, you've seen them fight. Doesn't he pose an entirely different style than Anthony Joshua does? I mean, Anthony Joshua is not slick at all. He doesn't have that kind of movement. Tyson Fury has that elusiveness that we don't really see from any other heavyweight.
Really, I disagree. I think
speaking of elusiveness, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Enrique.
I was saying I think Joshua's a slicker guy than Tyson Fury. Fury looks like he's just bouncing and he got a heavy body to move. Fury, Joshua, he's in the gym posting pictures, you know, doing the ladders, running up steps. You know, he's just a full athlete. So I think he'll beat Klitschko, man. I'm sorry.
Again, I just, you know, from my opinion, that athletes don't always equate to slickness. Slickness involves quickness, foot movement, head movement, boxing IQ, and if Tyson Fury, at least in that Klitschko fight, proved that he is a supremely slick heavyweight.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give him that.
Fury, huh?
Hey guys, so it is important to note because Lennox Lewis did say, quote, he said that I will take experience, but only slightly. When you get experience, you have to look at Vladimir's body. Can Vladimir's body take more going into the ring and more fights? So you got to answer that kind of question too when it comes to this fight. Even Lennox Lewis admits.
Very true. We were speaking of slickness right before the producers know, and one guy that wasn't being slick, even in winning, was Juan Manuel Lopez last night. Juan Manuel Lopez and Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. had a fight in Puerto Rico last night that from the very beginning went under the radar. Even here at TBV, we spoke nothing of it. I obviously have Tiger Stream. I went back and watched the press conference, and that was even insane. I can't believe we didn't know what was going on. I mean, these guys were trying to kill each other at the press conference. A lot of curses, you know, and anybody that knows Puerto Ricans, like I know Puerto Rican, bro, believe me, and I know Puerto Ricans, they could get ugly when they want to argue and yell and all that good stuff. So this was a pretty good build up. Not that I got to see it until, a couple of minutes before the fight. But the fight itself, Wilfredo Vasquez and Steven, can you check? I believe he was working with Heredia for this fight. He looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. Boxing beautifully for about the first half of the fight. And he got tired without Juan Ma landing body shots and taking the win from his sails. I don't think Juan Ma was cutting off the ring and landing the occasional body shot to slow Vasquez down. That's why I want to know if Vasquez was even with Heredia and what exactly was done, because he seemed to get flat in the second half of the fight. And even in his flat state of mind, or his flat, in that point in the fight where he was flat, he was still able to win, but he was starting to take more shots. And he obviously could not hurt Lopez the way that Lopez could hurt him. And that was Lopez's only shot at this. I mean, I was happy, again, to have Tiger Stream, and that shit was so HD. It was beautiful, beautiful. I was watching on Channel 15. It was beautiful. And Steve Farhood was the fucking announcer, so that was amazing. It was like a treat. It was like, a bowl of ice cream and a little cherry on top to have Steve Farhood there. I don't know who the other guy he was talking with was, but that was good enough just to have an English, telecast, and actually someone as good as Farhood to be talking about the fight. But Lopez ultimately caught up to Wilfredo Vasquez. I believe it was in the 11th round, or I don't know, maybe the 8th. Producer, help us out with that once it's you're up.
Well, I could tell you the 11th round.
Okay, the 11th. But the thing that was strange was he was so excited because he was basically John Molina. He lost every round and then came back to knock out Wilfredo Vasquez in the 11th. So he's so excited. He's pumped up. He's got his fists in the air, Rocky style. And he's basically beating his chest, King Kong style. And he's fucking egging on the corner with Wilfredo Vasquez. And the cornerman jumps in the ring. So I got the video up on YouTube. So obviously, if you haven't even seen this because it was a pay-per-view, head on over to YouTube. Who knows how long they're going to keep it on there? That was a pay-per-view. So you better watch it while you can. You know what I'm saying? But it was damn exciting, right? So he's egging on the corner. The corner man jumps in the ring, and he's walking towards Juan Ma. Juan Ma's walking towards him. It's like a scene out of a movie, like two dudes about to show down in an alley somewhere, right? And, I'm commentating because I didn't even know, right? Like I'm just sitting there recording this because I'm waiting for the knockout, right? So once the knockout happens, I'm like, fuck it, I got to get this thing on Instagram. I'm waiting for the replay. And when they show the replay, they show what happened. What the cameras didn't show us in the beginning. And when Juanma's egging this guy on, they finally meet. Juanma kind of brings his left hook from the waist side. So there's a bunch of comments on the video like, no, Juanma didn't hit him first. Yeah, he didn't hit him first because his old, non-accurate ass was just finished fighting 11 rounds. He brought that punch from way too low. And when he tried to bring it up on the quarterman was so sharp and compact. He just fucking hit Juanma with one tight left foot. It was boom, just so bam. Juanma went on the ropes, back to the. I mean, yo, and let me see, boom, boom. He walked. So he hit him with the left hook on the right side of his cheek, and Juanma spun left shoulder to the west, and his back. You know, oh man, if the ropes wasn't there, he was going down.
Right.
Juanma, he didn't even have gloves on.
Juanma released the first punch, though.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
And then the corner man just checked him with the left and the right.
Yo, exactly what a left hook was meant for.
A smooth, tight one.
That he checked. It was like, yo, give me 3 feet. Boom. It was just too quick. Boom. And then he hit him with a second one. It was. I'm like, holy shit.
A brawl broke out.
Yo,
yeah, it was a tighter combination than I saw the entire fight.
What were Frank Farhood's words right there?
Frank Farhood, you're out of control. Steve Farhood.
Steve Farhood.
The casual fan.
Frank Diaz
is best.
Frank Farhood.
To be honest, I thought they were trying to be professional, but they were kind of like, well, there was a brawl in the entire stadium, so they were mentioning that their monitor was getting soaked and they were getting wet. So I'm sure they were more worried about their own safety than what was going on in the ring. But
a brawl broke out.
Dude, listen.
Oh yeah.
It was like I think it was called like Black Promotions or something weird was the name of the pay-per-view. So they were like showing the repeat. It was just like on roll, bro. It's like on roll, like, and they were just commentating over the repeat. Like, oh, but look at Juanma. Oh man, poor Juanma. That shit.
I'm surprised. I didn't even know that fight was happening. I saw it. I read some article and I saw the press conference happening, but it was an article. It was just a still shot of it, and I was like, oh, that's an old fight. I thought they fought before, but it was Wilfredo fought. Wilfredo's a tough dude, though. He fought Nonito Donaire and brought that same kind of energy.
Yeah, but he just can't last. His chin is not. But you know what? Listen, he's made it to the mountains. I wish I was him, to be honest with you. I'm sure he's got a good amount of money. He's made it to all these big fights, and he had no amateur career, Enrique. He just said, yo, I'm going to turn fucking pro. My father was Wilfredo Vasquez Sr., and I could just live off this name. I'm going to turn pro. Fuck an amateur background.
South Puerto Rico, they turned pro right out the birth.
Yeah, man. Listen, the bottom line is that Wilfredo Vasquez, again, he showed his pedigree. I'm going to tell you why. Why? Because he had no background, amateur to speak of, and he's made it to this mountaintops numerous times. Numerous times.
But
right?
he also showed that he was old and gassed, though.
Okay, yeah. But again, the pedigree comes from his father's name and the corner. Because when a corner could tell you what to do and show you what to do, forget about it, baby. You got the total package, because that corner ain't just telling him how to throw a left hook. They fucking showed him, and it's gonna be an instant replay forever. Oh man, Juanma.
And to be honest, Juanma he had a bad reputation of having a shitty chin, and without gloves, I mean, he took them. So I mean, yeah, he was actually phased, but again, like no gloves, clean shots. I guess his chin's not as bad as we.
But that was no.
He did take them.
He took him. He was lean.
But if the ropes wasn't there, he was going down. He was going down.
And it was a real 3-minute round. Within the 3-minute round, he would have been stretched out because he leaned, fell against the ropes, and the fighter would have just came in and finished him. So,
I just want to say that
November 18th.
I knew about the fight. Oh, well, yeah, before we get to that, because that's an even bigger announcement. That one needs to be said numerous times today, because we got a bunch of announcements to make about the TBV Appreciation Party. Things just keep getting bigger and bigger. So I knew about the fight, but, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not even paying pay-per-view for Juanma, who won't be able to beat anybody in the top of his division. Producer, find out what division they was even fighting at, and tell me who's the top 5 in that division, and let's see, could Juanma be competitive? So I wasn't even gonna watch this, but yo, Tiger Stream, baby, and it was beautiful. I even tweeted it out and put a couple of them on Instagram so people could see how clear it was. I mean, like, I'm telling you, I know that box is expensive, but yo, it's worth it if you're gonna get, like, yo, I'm watching everything easily too.
Yes, just think about it this way, right? If you had Tiger Stream 5 years back, maybe you would have never coined the term Eurobomb.
Yes and no, because I didn't give Terry Flanigan a box in today's show, and because of MD, we're taking longer to get to the callers. He did this. He knows me well, this guy. This is why I love this guy. He's the Joker, and I'm Batman. I'm telling you, he knows how to bring it out of me. Listen, Terry Flanigan is going to be fighting Orlando Cruz, and that's not okay. I'm not even going to wait for the producer to find that. We're all going to go check how many fights Terry Flanigan has, how many times he's defended that title, and what exactly is going on. Like, why is he fighting Orlando Cruz in that division? We're going to tell you right now what division Terry Flanigan is in and who exactly is in the division with him. Rances Bartholomew is in that division with Flanigan. So is Jorge Linares and Anthony Corolla. Peter Petrov, who we just seen do a really good number on Michael Perez in a great fight. D. John, who's going to be fighting Mikey Garcia, not to mention Mikey Garcia, Mickey Bay, Dennis Shakakov, who's also active. Like, everyone is active, but somehow Flanigan found himself in a fight with Orlando Cruz. So let's just tell you where Orlando Cruz is right now. Somehow Orlando Cruz is ranked 28. So why? Why is Orlando Cruz fighting? I mean, he's racked up a couple of wins since his loss to Gamaliel Rodriguez, who was only a prospect, Gamaliel. He signed the top rank. And again, I'm spending way too much time because the guys that Orlando Cruz has beat on the way there to this Terry Flanigan fight, I have no clue who they are. But again, there's other champions there. And this is Flanigan's now fourth defense since winning this title. So let's just go back to when he won this title versus Jose Cepeda, right? Which was a good fight. Undefeated fighter and a decent fighter. And then he defended it versus Magdaleno, which was like, okay, at least you're fighting a name that we know. But we all knew Magdaleno was not the better brother of the family. Then Derry Matthews, which is some hometown shit, and that's okay. You know. But who is this other dude that I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce? And now Orlando Cruz just seems unfair. And you know, those are the locations in which terms are coined because of that. Because in one hand, you know, this guy someone will drop in the comments tomorrow how I'm an idiot and I'm biased and whatever, and Flanigan is a great fighter and he's been doing a good job. But then in the same sentence, we'll say that Deontay Wilder hasn't fought anybody since winning his title. And then I just look at it and I'm like, yo, what the hell is wrong with people these days?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the problem with who Terry Flanigan is fighting is he's not even fighting like obscure names that are undefeated. He's fighting obscure names that have proven to be beaten by fighters that aren't even world champions, right? So I guess since Orlando Salido beat the shit out of Orlando Cruz, I don't think he's been relevant as a fighter other than his orientation, because that's what Frank Warren is doing in the British media, that to sell this fight, Frank Warren has gone to the British media and he's put pressure on the British Premier League so to make it a more, comfortable environment for someone like Orlando Cruz to come out. So again, this is a bullshit fight, and I hope those guys over there aren't happy with that fight. And it's pretty funny that Frank Warren is doing that to sell this fight, because I'm not an expert on the numbers over there, but I'm pretty sure that he's having a hard time in the business side because Matchroom Promotions is kind of taking over there. So,
all right, again, to put this into perspective, Casual, we need your assistance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Go ahead, Steven.
All right, so I wasn't able to find out if Angel Heredia actually trained Vasquez for his recent fight, the last Connected back in 2014. And I wasn't even able to find the...
Check the Instagram of Heredia. I believe he posted a picture. You know I'm on everything. I'm like octopus.
Yeah, well, and I wasn't able to find the name of his cornerman who started throwing hands either. So, his kind of corner is getting shady for me to find. As far as what weight they're fighting at, they weighed in at 129 and 128 respectively. So that was within the junior lightweight division. The top 5 fighters there we have, according to Ring Magazine, is Francisco Vargas, Orlando Salido, Lomachenko, and Takashi Miura. So, you know, if he really wants to get at one of those guys, but he mentioned fighting Abner Mares and even a rematch with Salido. Lopez did.
Yeah, man, he needs to stay away from that Salido rematch. Maybe the Mares is one that he won't get hurt, and it will be Puerto Rico versus Mexico. It could be big. Maybe they'll do it. It won't be anything that we want. But again, Casual, I need your help to put this into perspective. Do you know who Terry Flanigan is?
No, while you spoke about him, I went into my phone because I'm like,
wait. Don't even tell me that then. You don't know who he is. Fine.
Nope.
Fine. But you do know Rances Bartholomew, right?
No, I don't. Rances Bartholomew.
What about Jorge Linares?
I mean, he sounds Latin. No.
You should know Jorge Linares.
No,
Peter Petrov.
No, man, I don't know them either. Sorry.
Luke Campbell.
Jesus.
No, if he doesn't know Linares, he doesn't know anybody in this division.
No, that's not true. Watch this then.
Go.
Javier Fortuna.
I heard of Fortuna. He fought this year, and then he looked great against someone.
All right.
Just say no. Say Rico. Say no.
I know.
He knows him.
I haven't followed up. I know Fortuna. Yes.
Let's get through this. He knows Fortuna. Henry Lundy, also known as Hank Lundy.
Hank Lundy. Yes, I know Hank Lundy.
Mickey Bay.
I know the name. Haven't watched this fight yet.
Richard Comey.
Coming fought East.
Comey
fought Easter Jr. and lost. Great fight.
And you obviously know Easter Jr.
Yes.
Okay. See? So somehow Flanigan found a way not to even fight someone that a casual fan would know. So, but let's get to some callers before we do. Producer, where you at?
Bring them out. Ooh, that'd be a dope casual. I mean, intro for the call.
And before we get to the callers and even to the producer, just a reminder that everybody should hit thumbs up because we're always here every Sunday. Oh, I didn't realize you're playing a soundbite.
Was that a El Camino?
These calls are brought to you by our sponsor, El Camino Electrical Services, who have over 15 years of commercial electrical experience, servicing the whole Silicon Valley and the entire San Francisco Peninsula. Visit us at our website, elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
El Camino needs a new soundbite, something more for the bros. You know what I mean? Something more like, yo, does your power keep tripping? You know, is it tripping like your girl because she turned on the blow dryer? You know, is your microwave turning everything off? Call
Did your girl
we change it periodically.
Now, listen, let's get out to these callers. We've been chopping it up long enough. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we're going to have to make this routine. I think we're going to have to remind everyone that there is a 3-minute warning. In basketball, what is it called? I don't even know those sports. What do they call it?
Well, in football, they have the 2-minute warning.
All right, so we got the 3-minute warning starting from today. All right, get it right. But you don't get a nice soundbite like that. That's not.
And before you get to the callers, again, reminding everybody to hit thumbs up because we're here every single Sunday, every single Thursday, and I guarantee you guys get more content than just that because every big topic we do a show on. And if you want more of our, I guess, less popular, more hardcore topics like fight reviews, random topics, etc., join the Patreon. It's worth $1. Or if you guys want more, more content, boomerang capabilities, the eventually even the power to come up with some topics on the show, you guys should visit Patreon.
Definitely, man. We're looking for some masterminds, looking like Bruce might convert. It's getting very popular over there. There's only 2 boomerang spots left, so you guys better get on them. And one of those may be gone. I already got somebody asking a lot of questions. We got to get MD an intro because, but this one still holds the belt. I don't know, Milkman. Will you be at the TBV appreciation night? Because I don't know. Might have to give you some recognition for the best intro for any caller.
I told y'all a long time ago, the Kirkland will go down 3 rounds. Who's next?
I got milk, baby.
Hey, what's up, fellas? You know, man, I would love to make it out, but unfortunately, this time I won't be able to. I'm in school, so like MD, I have a full plate right now. And speaking of MD, I want you to know that we give you a hard time, but you are a vital part of the boxing voice. You are the yin to Ness's yang. Moving right along. 3 days ago, Bob Arum said, and I quote, "The idea of Manny Pacquiao fighting Golovkin is a sick joke." Now, the interesting thing about that is, a few days ago, Bob Arum also said that Manny is still fighting because of the money. And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said that he doesn't need money to buy himself material things, but he needs money to provide things for the people of the Philippines, such as schools, hospitals, homes, and etc. So in my opinion, Triple G versus Pacquiao is possible, but not probable. I think that Manny could make the same, if not more money, fighting the likes of Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and so on, without taking such a big risk. And as far as Abel Sanchez and Triple G fighting anybody else, Abel Sanchez said on October 15th, all coaches and all fighters have a dream fight. And for Triple G, not only now, but in the past also, it's always been Floyd Mayweather. And he'd be willing to drop down to 154 pounds for Floyd Mayweather and nobody else. But that's his dream fight. So, you know, I don't know if I think the numbers for Mayweather and Pacquiao would maybe be comparable for a Triple G fight, but he said nobody else would get him to drop down. So I don't know. That's my call, y'all.
Yo, Milkman, like I hear what you're saying, but he's fighting what's his name, Jessie Vargas, and it's on ESPN. It's not even on HBO because they didn't pick up the fight, right? So I know Keith Thurman's a big opponent, but is it a sexy enough name even for HBO to pick up? I mean, we would like to think that. So, and obviously, if he fought Golovkin, it would be on a HBO pay-per-view. Maybe it wouldn't do $1 million, but it would for sure do a lot of pay-per-view buys. So I wouldn't necessarily say that the amount of money he would make fighting Keith Thurman would be the same as Golovkin, although the risk, like you stated, is higher.
MD, that's a fantasy match.
I don't know what did how many pay-per-views has Triple G done?
He did anywhere between 90 something and 150,000. But again, if you go by international popularity, it's not really debatable comparing Keith Thurman to Golovkin, right?
Cut it, skirt.
I'd rather see Keith Thurman than Golovkin. And
me too. It's a more competitive fight, and it gives Keith Thurman the opportunity to become a superstar.
I think HBO is smart enough to know that Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao on pay-per-view would draw big attraction. And that Golovkin versus Pacquiao, the odds are against Pacquiao, and most people are going to frown upon it, saying, "Oh, he's really just doing it for money."
All right, listen, let's get out to some of these callers. We have a lot, of course.
And that money will build school for the Philippines. And your dollar donation and your thumbs up will build microphones, build us venues, and build us transpo and fight tickets and T-shirts, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure you
it will get you all the cool things that those that chose to party with us at the TBV Fan Appreciation Night will receive. I'm happy to mention that Peter Quillen has confirmed, and he will be in attendance again this year. So everyone that missed it on the East Coast, come on out. I'm sure you heard from a TBV listener once or twice on just how social and, you know, how open Peter Quillen was.
Yes, approachable.
As well as Quillen, we will be having the trainer of Daniel Jacobs as also confirmed. He will be there. So Andre Rozier. You could ask all your Gennady Golovkin game plan questions in person, MD. Also in attendance is
casual fan.
Wood's favorite fighter. Willie Monroe Jr. is also confirmed. So come out and party with us, man. Definitely. We got Willie Monroe. And you know, these guys are all coming with entourages too, so you never know who's gonna show up. Now, I didn't want to mention those names.
Wait, Willie Monroe Jr. has an entourage?
They all do. I mean,
after beating Gabriel Rosado and being a possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez, I'm pretty sure our listeners would love to sit down and talk with him about how he thinks or plans he's going to beat Canelo. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just wondering if he had an entourage or not. I'm pretty sure
on that short list. I'm pretty sure. So if he don't have an entourage now, he'll get one later. Mr. Negative MD.
Wait, MD, were you with an entourage at the festival that you said you were at?
An entourage.
I
was. It was MD +1, so I would not necessarily call that an entourage, right?
+1. She's gonna be there when you go to the club too, right? Or to the movie theater.
So yeah, man, Willie Monroe will be in the building now. I'm also working on others. All right. So here how things are. Mario Barrios, our
Messi.
Yes, sir. I love that.
Sorry, I just wanted to give Milkman points because he did. He pulled a good quote from Arum. Arum did tell Boxing Scene that he was saying that to help big up the fight. That was a joke. They were asking me questions with the toughest fight for Manny or something like that. I was going to say Vladimir Klitschko and showed it was a joke, but Klitschko is no longer the heavyweight champ. So I switched to Golovkin. Of course, we would never make that fight. Manny Pacquiao is barely a 140-pounder.
Well, there you go.
Hold on. You said Mario Barrios, not to be confused with Mario Diga.
Yeah, no, not to be confused with Munguia. Mario Barrios, the hot prospect. Find out what weight. I think he's 126, maybe 130, but he's like 6'2" in that division, right? On top of that, he's trained by now Virgil Hunter. So you can ask all those questions. He's already in camp, so he'll be there as well. And you can ask him his questions on camp and weight and things like that because we'll be chilling. His father, Martin, will be there, who's just an amazing man, supports TBV 100%. Now, they are not 100% confirmed. I mean, they're confirmed as far as, yeah, we're going. We just need to know when we land. And their travel packages are going to be all done with Ward and Virgil and all that. So we'll have a definite confirmation on Barrios by next show, hopefully.
You know what we try to get?
Who should we try to get?
Porters. They're in Vegas.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Ken doesn't, he doesn't like me anymore, man. I don't know. Maybe you could call him.
Yeah,
we should have tried that. We never tried that. We never tried one of you guys maybe chip away at that ice. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice. Well, hey, Steven, did you want to say something?
Messi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Mario Barrios is at a 130 pounds according to PVC.
And he's how tall? 6'1" or 6'2"? I'm gonna find out how tall he really is when we meet in person.
Yo, what about Big Baby?
Big Baby Miller is also on the short list. His manager is still. I have a lot of. Listen, if it's up to me, we getting everybody. Okay, I got Bermain Stavern on the short list. I got Erickson Lubin. All these guys got fights. You know, Bermain is fighting Povetkin. Erickson Lubin has a fight. Everybody got a fight. So I'm still trying to get him even with these fights. Even Austin Trout already said, Ness, I'm in there, but I might be in camp. So I got to see what's what. So.
Yeah. And it's also a fight. Like, it's not, I assume like the bigger PBC fights, they like these other guys, like the Lubins and whatever, like they give them free travel. They want them to be there for the fans and for whatever. But since this is a main events and a Rock Nation sports fight, I mean, I guess a lot of these guys have to pay their own way to get out there, and it's not worth it if they have a big fight coming up.
And also on the short list is Badu Jack. And he's also in camp, but he lives in Vegas. So we'll get confirmation on that. But
maybe Floyd Mayweather.
But so far,
maybe
we definitely have 3.
He doesn't have an entourage though, so
we have 3 for you, and it sucks, man, because we had Mikey and Robert, but they got their fight. They got their fight too, so now that's off, man. Look, we tried our best. Hopefully, our Florida contingency keeps growing, and we could finally do something in Miami. Having some nice mojitos, over there in Mangoes on Ocean Drive. You know what I'm saying? Nice 10, 6-pack it up, couple checks. I'm just saying.
Espresso at the.
Oh, let's get out to some callers. We eating it up. Go ahead, Enrique. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, I think maybe Floyd Mayweather might show up too. Don't miss out. Don't miss out.
I mean, we're gonna be at the Big Boy Mansion.
We're not saying we're inviting him personally, but the word gets out there. The man shows up. Badu Jack.
Plus, we did acquire the only other biggest mansion in Vegas. So, you know, it is what it is. He might just be like, yo, who the fuck? Who's making all that noise next to me? You know what I'm saying? And it's TBV partying it up. Big dog status. Listen, let's get to these callers. Alden from Phoenix, you only 3 hours away. If you don't show up, black eye status. Broad Street bully. TBV's bully is threatening you. Alden, are you at TBV's appreciation party or what?
Oh man! I think I might deserve. I think I might deserve that corner man left hook from you now.
Oh no, Alden! How you gonna do that? You're only 3 hours away. You need to get in the car with James and fucking come together, man.
I swear to God. I mean, you're giving me some fucking. You're giving me some. You never know, man. Shit, I might. Now you get me hyped up to do it, man.
Dude, Peter Quillen is in camp. All right now. He's fucking lean. When we seen him last year, he was not even in shit. He's lean right now. He's got his mind right with Virgil Hunter. We got Mario Barrios coming through. Who else we got? Enrique, I just said those names, already forgot.
Willie Monroe.
The Worm, baby. We got Willie the El Mongoose, man. He might get Canelo next.
Jacob's corner, man.
Yo, he could fucking sign your girl's fucking neck or something. You never know. I mean, Willie ain't that big. We got to get some Spanish guys in there. That's what it is. We need some more Spanish fighters in there. Who we got? We need
Jessie Vargas, when he pulls off that win, may come through.
No, he did, and that is not a lie. So it's all gonna depend on depression. If he wins, he's in there. If he loses, we don't know.
But if he loses really good,
he's gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? Gate it out too. Alden, we hijacking Alden's car. I'm sorry, Alden. Go.
No.
We're excited.
About the stuff I don't blame you. About the stuff you talk about today. Bob Arum, he must have mixed up his blood pressure pills with his Viagra pills, because there's no way that Pacquiao's fighting Triple G. That's just some bullshit. He's always saying some bullshit. With Crawford, I think Crawford is the fight that Arum wants to make. But I think Pacquiao won't take that fight, because knowing Arum, he wants to pass off. He wants the chapter that Pacquiao end and create a storybook beginning for Crawford. I don't think Pacquiao will take that fight. I think if he fights Lomachenko, that might be a cooler fight to watch, because I think it'd be much faster. They're both the same size, so I think that'd be better. And the last thing you were talking about, Klitschko and Joshua. Yeah, I mean, if I had that fight, I'm a straight right hand from Klitschko. I mean, I still go with Klitschko. And then with Wanma, I mean, the corner man, he hit him with a left hook, with a short left check hook. If they let the win in that arena, he might have dropped. So, I mean, that was crazy. So, I got that from watching the TBV video. I didn't even see the fight. I went on the Boxing Voice, saw that video, and it was crazy. So, much love, y'all. And I'll definitely try to come out, I swear to God.
Alden, man, listen. Yo, make sure at least you email me, brother. We'll work something out, man. We want to get all our West Coast fans out there. Do not allow this night to pass you by. Think about this very, thoroughly, right? When is the next time that you're going to be around Info Joe, JP, MD, Enrique, the WBC? I forgot to even mention that. You see, because there's so much stuff, I can't wait to one day be able to have a secretary or something. There's so much shit going on in his head. I forgot we got 2 belts. We got 2 mini belts that we auctioning off. You know what I'm saying? WBC authentic mini belts, because WBC fucks with GBV. And we joint together like that. They support us. They support us, and they support us trying to give back to, you guys. Also, Everlast is on board with us. And Everlast is going to give us a couple of goodies to give to all our attendees. So when you come, you're going to be leaving with something, baby, because all we want to do is gather and show, the world that boxing fans, man, we come together regardless. Whatever the fight is, we're going to be there. You see, I was watching Roberto Vasquez yesterday. Listen, let's get back out to the Skype.
Like what the last caller says, Ness, you got to put some respect on Bob Arum's name. At 84 years old, even if he's still using the Viagra. I mean, 84 years old. Like, again, I think people take for granted this old man is still able to bullshit and sell a fight, because I mean,
and you know what else?
84 years old. Jesus Christ.
That age, though, how coherent he is at that age, that he's not senile, that he's able to hold a great conversation.
He's able to troll the hell out of the boxing.
Yeah, he's able to still be cunning and slick with his words. Like, absolutely, you're totally right. Listen, we got to give everyone credit when it's just deserved. We want to get back out to the Skype machine. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever it is, look for that share button, click it, share it on all forms of social media. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't cost you a dime. Just share it. Also, hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up help with the visibility of the show. We're going to go out to everyone's favorite caller, Cara Negra.
Hello?
Come on, Blackface. Don't tell me you don't know no Spanish. You had to at least take freaking beginner Spanish in high school.
They take French over there.
Nah. We take French and German over here, and I never went to those classes. I decided to skip those classes because I don't give a fuck about any other language. It's just English that I speak and English that I know. That being said, respect to everyone listening in the past, present, or future. First of all, what the hell is Bob Arum telling jokes for about Pacquiao and GGG? I don't want to hear that stuff, man. I like my promoters to just come with straight facts and get straight to the point. I don't want to hear this stuff about any jokes about, any fancy matchups and stuff. That being said,
you got Hearn over there, man, so you're used to that.
Huh?
I said you got Hearn over there, so you're used to that, right?
Yeah, but I don't like that either. I like people to tell facts and stuff, man. Get straight to the point. That being said, I don't want him fighting GGG. I'd rather him if he Pacquiao's come back to put the finishing touches on his legacy. I'd rather him just fight Crawford. GGG at this point, well, that's not. I'd rather see him fight Crawford at this point. I agree that Spence is in between a prospect and a contender. Them giving Kell Brook an extra 60 days, that could be for help Kell Brook to make the weight, so to speak, and also fix his eye. That could be something that they're doing as well. I agree that GGG deserves a better split from Canelo, but you only get what you negotiate and what the A side think you deserve. The money that he was offered was still a terrific offer, but I agree he deserves more. But that being said, if he's going to take the offer, come back up in 6 months and negotiate again, there'll be another offer and such, so hopefully that fight will get made. I still feel that Vladimir Klitschko still has a lot left in the tank as well. The Fury fight, I didn't see him as an over-the-hill old fighter in that performance. I just think maybe when he comes back, we'll see how the layoff has helped him or disadvantaged him, so to speak. But I still think he has a lot left in the tank, and I do feel that he would beat Joshua if they were to fight. But yeah, that's just a quick one. Has anyone got any questions?
Yeah, Blackface. So I hear what you're saying about the negotiations, but I just want to hear your take on the weight, right? Because as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't seem like Canelo's team has been clear or established the fact that they're willing to fight at the traditional middleweight weight, which is 160 pounds, which is what K2 Golovkin's team wants, right? So, what's your take on that?
I mean, Canelo is the A side, like I said. You only get what the A side think you deserve. If Canelo's pushing for a Canelo weight, and the only way GGG is going to get that is by accepting the Canelo weight, then that's what it has to be. I feel that Canelo should have been fighting at 160 from when he lost to Mayweather. He should have moved up then, in my opinion. He should have been acclimated to the division. He should have had experience in that division, and he should be ready to fight 160 pounders, in my opinion.
Blackface, what's up, man?
Cut it.
Blackface, what's up?
Cut it.
Oh, what the hell?
Who's that?
That had to be. What you mean? The only guy that
No, that was me on accident. I tried to stop it the second time, but when I pressed pause the second time, it restarted it the third time.
Okay. Well, let's get back out to this magic Skype machine. We got a bunch of people out here staying up late. We got Coach Mitty. Talk to me.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Nothing much for me to talk about. The only news that you guys haven't touched on, and I guess you don't care too much about that, it's the Dillian White fight versus Derek Chisora has been confirmed. And I mean, it's not going to be a massive international fight. It's going to be a domestic affair in the UK. And for what it's worth, it's going to be entertainment value, at least at a press conference, at the weigh-in. And there's going to be a lot of a lot of security needed because those two guys are explosive in the way that they prepare for the fights, and they don't really like each other. So that's all. I guess that's your version of the Big Baby Miller, but this time you've got two of them facing each other, so it's going to be interesting. That's all for me, man. There's not much to talk about this week.
You don't like Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko and Lennox Lewis's opinion?
All right, Coach Mitty. Man, he said that Chisora White got finalized.
That's what he said.
Oh wow.
I mean, but Ness, do you care about that fight? Because I know you don't really give either fighter much legitimacy. I'm not like criticizing you, but I'm saying that you seem to not really take much to either one.
Dude, I mean, we're talking about Dillian White. He was made famous because of Anthony Joshua. He's not even like ranked. He's like ranked 30. And then we're talking about Chisora, who just keeps losing. Like, we're only talking about him because.
Yeah. But do you see it as a competitive fight, though?
I mean, it probably will be competitive because they're both on that same level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chisora obviously was a little higher than where Dillian White is right now, but no, a lot higher, actually. He was.
Oh, you mean he made it? You mean he made it a lot higher, but did he get the win?
No, he doesn't have a marquee win. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying. But, yeah, I mean, Dillian White's only known for that one big punch that he landed because besides that hit,
Let me get to another Skype caller waiting long here probably from another country, and I believe it's a first-time caller, maybe. Miles, where are you calling from?
Spaniel.
From Spaniard? Where?
Yes.
Wow.
Spain.
From Spain. Okay. That's, man, is this this might be a first. First time calling in?
Sí.
Sí. ¿Cuánto tiempo usted estaba escuchando el show?
My first time I called in here, I'm very nervous.
Oh, how long have you been listening to the show?
All this time I listen to you, my amigo, but very nervous now. Never do this before.
Oh, okay. So you want the traditional blessing with the introduction of first time callers?
Sí.
Okay, let's give it to him, Nestor Gibbs. You know how to do it. Loosen up. Don't be nervous and give us your best.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Hello, this is Miles here, champion.
Miles, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Miles. Well, thank you for calling in, brother. Thank you for staying up late with us. So talk to us, man. Don't be nervous.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ruined the show here.
No, it's good. It's good.
You're good.
You know Lennox Lewis? You know Lennox Lewis?
Yes, Lennox Lewis, the black guy.
Yeah, Canadian. Canadian.
This guy's got to be trolling. Come on, he's got to be trolling.
Listen, though.
I know who you mean. That guy, Britain Lennox Lewis.
Miles' voice and his avatar do not match. I just want to go ahead on the record and say that right now. I want to say Miles might be part of what was that show on MTV? He might be part of that. He might be part of that.
Well, I mean, just get Ness speak Spanish with him because you could obviously tell if he's Spanish.
Enrique already spoke Spanish, and
I want to hear him speak Spanish because if he's from Spain, I could definitely tell, and so can you, right?
Sí se puede hablar.
Exactly.
Hey, all Spaniards talk like Mike Tyson.
Miles sound like he's from the UK.
Lo siento.
Lo siento.
Why you being mean to me?
Come on, Miles. Knock it off, man. So talk some boxing, Miles. Keep it boxing. Let's go.
Manny Pacquiao. Talk Manny Pacquiao.
I was very nervous, but you were making fun of me.
Nah, man. We warming you up, baby.
We warming you up. This is the show for the bros, man. You a bro or what?
We breaking the ice. Let's go.
No, I can't. Why are you being mean to me?
Oh, Miles, we're gonna mute you if you keep on with the back and forth.
Golovkin is possible.
I think Golovkin is very, very scared in the ring.
Hey, Miles. Oh, we got a bad connection, buddy. I mean, trolls in the house. What's going on? I mean,
what's up?
Yo, you ain't make it until you get a prank call, though. So at least we know we made it.
Right. I mean, back on the scene, crispy and clean. You can drive, but you can't intervene. The things.
Man, what's up? He gonna be mad later. Let's see. Carmelo from Chicago.
Not Carmelo from New York.
What up, Melo?
I love the consistency. You've been calling it every week.
Yeah, man, I'm staying with it. MD, man, they gonna make you the villain of the show. You can't keep being biased for Triple G like that. I know that's your favorite fighter and you defending them, but you can't be so biased, MD. They gonna make you the villain of the show, man. You know that's why they be attacking you and stuff. But I respect you defending of your favorite fighter.
Well, I will say that Nestor Gibbs cannot make MD do anything.
Hey, but he's one guy who called in. He's right, man. MD a crucial part of the show. You know, he like the guy that stirs the trouble or has different points of views from what he feels, and that's good for the show. But to the Manny Pacquiao, I really want to see him against Crawford, man. I think that's the best matchup that I feel like for him at this stage of his career. It gives Crawford a chance to break through as either a pay-per-view star or a superstar, and it gives Pacquiao a chance to add to his legacy of a Hall of Famer as he is. As far as the Triple G with the Canelo thing, are you sure it's about the weight still? I thought it was just about the flat fee and the upside for the pay-per-view. Or you just saying they haven't underlined the weight and they haven't came out and solidified that, you know, it's going to be a 160? Because didn't they, when he went to go pick up the belt, they were saying it was okay for him to fight Billy Joe. So to me, that's kind of indicating that, you know, that can line up. He's going to be fighting at 160 sooner than later.
Yeah, but you're assuming.
Yeah, what's this?
Yeah, but like
I'm not assuming. I'm just saying, like, when, like you said, when was the last time that they came out with the whole weight thing? You know,
the last time they talked about fighting him seriously. That was the last. The last time they talked about the whole catch weight is the last time they mentioned a weight with Golovkin. So until they say that they're willing to fight Golovkin at 160, I still consider Canelo at least trying to use the weight as an advantage, which he has posed in their previous negotiations. Like and like if it's just a money thing, we could just be talking about money. But like I have to be consistent. Like if a fighter's moving up to a bigger weight class and challenging himself, he should be fighting at that the maximum weight limit. That's just how boxing should be. But you know.
You're right about that, though. You know, you're right. Look, I like both of them. Like I said before, if he's still complaining about the weight, man, he's crying now. You can't get everything. If you want to offer him the flat fee, it's on Triple G and this guy to negotiate. Tom Lawfer to say, you know what, this is the best offer we can get. You know, we feel like we're confident enough to beat him with this offer, and then that's going to turn us to a superstar. So, you know, and then I want to speak on this rumor about Shannon Briggs fighting for a title. And that's what I had, guys. That's probably my 3 minutes. Have a good night. Shout out to the Boxing Voice.
Which title?
WGA.
Suleiman the Scholar. Suleiman the Scholar.
You got to turn up a little bit.
How you doing, Ness?
What up? What up?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out for Juan Manuel Lopez. I want to give a shout out for Juan Manuel Lopez for that sensational knockout in Puerto Rico.
And taking that left hook without them gloves.
He got him with that left hook first, and he was disrespectful to Juan Manuel. Juan Manuel is a legend, man. But before when he was a champion at 122, but they used to talk to him. He had like a star style of talking when he was being interviewed. He was looked upon as a great in Puerto Rico at that time. His kid was a world champion. His father was a world champion, but he never got the props of Juan Manuel Lopez. And you could tell at the end, the father of that kid hugged Juan Manuel and gave him his props after he knocked his son out and his son retired. The disrespectful cornerman was saying some stupid things. He ran up to him. He was winding up the punch, but if the fight would have took more time, he would have knocked that man out. That man was a huge man. He dropped him. That fight was entertaining. He was cutting off the ring. The thing is that his legs are so big. He was stalking him.
Yo, Suleiman, doesn't the man have the right to defend himself when he sees a guy coming at him cocking his fist back?
No, but the guy was disrespectful. That's why he ran up to him. He ran up to him, and it was a grudge match. It was labeled as a grudge match, and the guy caught him with a left hook.
So he should have just taken that punch, you're saying, right? He should have just taken that punch, right?
No, but listen, the guy should have been quiet. The guy should have respected that champion. The guy's a legend. It's like if I got Mike Tyson on the other side and he knocks out my fighter. I'm gonna disrespect Mike Tyson? No, right? So it's a double standard. With
but Mike Tyson then doesn't have the right to just cold clock you. Like it actually, I mean, at least in America, right? There's been circumstances where fighters have thrown punches outside the boxing, regulation of the fight, and they've gotten felony assault charges. So, I mean, the man has the right to defend himself, and Wame, he embarrassed himself by getting two-piece. So,
but Juan Ma's the first fighter to ever have 2 fights in one night.
I think the guy was disrespectful, and at the end of the fight, when you see the whole fight, you see him. He's coming up the crowd. He was hugging the kid that he knocked out, and he was coming up the crowd because it was like a riot. And he was telling people, look, the sons of Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. to calm down and his kids to calm down because there was a lot of people there. It was a Puerto Rican thing. Maybe because you're not Puerto Rican, you don't understand. It was a heritage thing.
Yo, Suleiman, maybe I don't understand, but I do understand the fact that if somebody's coming at me, like the trainer had somebody coming at him, I mean, he had the right to defend himself, and he just said his hands seem a little quicker. That's all I'm saying. A little bit.
The whole thing is that the kid just knocked out a guy. Everybody was disrespecting Juan Manuel Lopez all through the press conference and everything. He knocked the guy out. Okay, after he knocked him out, the guy still was disrespecting, talking his crap, and he got emotional. He just finished knocking out a guy that was talking crap about him. You know what I mean? They needed more security there. That's all. And to tell you the truth, he only lost 2 world-class fighters. He could get a rematch with the guy Vargas, the one that knocked him out. Maybe it'd be a good fight. It'd be a competitive fight.
15 seconds.
Everybody is dissing Jessie Vargas. What happened?
10 seconds.
Jessie Vargas. You guys are dissing Jessie Vargas too much. Jessie Vargas, I think it's going to knock out Pacquiao. I want to see Pacquiao get knocked out, and I want to see all those fights.
Cut it.
Yes, Suleiman's just bitter because he rearranged Cotto's face. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I think Suleiman has a point. I think the corner had no business
approaching.
Yeah, correct. Like the cornerman could have been a scumbag.
Listen, Wama is within his right because the feud, the build-up, and he was in a fight. The corner, he's supposed to be able to refrain. It's automatically a
so you get checked.
So no. Wait. The rules are if the corner jumps on the apron. Remember that James Kirkland, Carlos Molina lost to James Kirkland like that in Texas. You cannot get on the apron until the fight is over or until the bell is sound. And
the fight was over.
The fight was stopped. What were the words exchanged?
But we didn't get no bell. We don't know exactly. Like, yo, they were still dealing with Wilfredo Vasquez. This dude got in the ring.
Yo, Ness, the guy could have been the guy could have been fined and he could have been viewed as a piece of shit or a scumbag.
You don't know yet.
Disrespecting the guy who won. But at the end of the day, Ness, you're saying that if a guy is coming at you throwing a first punch, no matter who he is, that you don't have the right to defend yourself.
Well, again, yeah, you're right. Because I agree that I think that Juanma was throwing a left hook without.
And it's just his hands were too slow. The trainer got a 2-piece.
Yeah, they were slow, man. They were slow. Listen, let's get back out to these streets. We got a lot of callers we got to get to. Remember that number 1-425-569-5241. We're gonna go out to San Francisco. Larry, you're too freaking close. I don't know how close that is in the car, but are you coming to CBV Appreciation Night? We got Peter Quillen. Who else we got, Enrique?
That's like 10 hours at least.
El Mongoose. Who else we got, Steven? Barrios should be coming through. That's right. Hey, Larry.
What's Miracle Man's trainer?
Miracle Man. Oh, you talking about Andre Rogen?
Yeah, Daniel Jacobs' trainer.
The guy with the bald head.
Exactly, from Brooklyn.
Yeah, he got a bald head.
He's coming through.
Larry, talk to us. Yo, they said that's a long drive for Larry. They said that's a long drive. You might have to catch a plane.
Yeah.
Damn, that's gonna hurt the budget, Larry. Are you coming? Are we gonna meet the Dillian Master himself?
Larry, love. Larry, if you show up, I'm gonna get you an intro.
Larry, you better come through, Larry. Yo, we got gift bags. WBC giving out 2 mini belts. We gonna auction for you. You don't want to miss out on another belt. Don't be like Joey.
Hey, Larry, what were the words exchanged between Juanma and the cornerman of Vasquez? Because I want to know that. No one has ever touched that. Like, was Juan Ma walking up to the corner? Yeah, pussy, I beat your guy, and I beat your ass too. When the corner man jumped in, like, what?
Hell no. Wama was just egging him on. He had his hands in the air. He was, he looking like Rocky. He was about to King Kong his chest, and the corner wasn't hearing that. Corner was like, man, take that. Bang, bang.
Yo, what? I'll knock you out. Bow.
Yo, we're 1 minute through his call.
No, we're going to give him 3. Go, Larry. Larry, I'm resetting the clock for you, Larry. That's what we do for Patreon. Go.
And I appreciate it. The corner man just had faster hands than Wama. Wama was tired and it was way too wide with his left hook, and that's why he got caught like that. And he should have got caught. He should have been walking up on him like that. But I actually didn't call to talk about that. Yeah, it's too far to drive from the Bay Area. It's about 8-9 hours, so it would be a flight. And I hope to make it out there. It's a strong possibility, but my wife's been having some health challenges that make that tough. So if I do make it, it'll be last minute. But I have not wanted to be at anything so bad in a long time. So if y'all believe in prayer, be praying for my wife to recover, because I know to be out there.
In Jesus' name, brother, she is going to be okay. We are all going to meet her. She's going to be on this video because we got Titan Media. They're going to record this again. This is going to be documented, man. TBV will live on forever with these appreciation nights. This is going to be something that happens regularly. You know what I mean? So definitely make it out. And don't worry, I will personally pray for everybody else that listens to the show. I know JP definitely is a Christian brother. JP, put out a prayer for Larry because we are family here.
I appreciate it, and I received it. Thank you very much. But speaking of medical, I just came back from the hospital because I had to get my ears checked, because I could have swore I heard MD say that Lennox Lewis was one of the best heavyweights of all time. I don't have time to go into it tonight, but maybe I'll do an on-demand show so I can help him out with that. But moving on with the Pac and Crawford, I don't want to see that fight. But full disclosure, I'm a big Pacquiao fan, and I can't see him winning that. Crawford is too young, too strong, and just too good for Manny to mess with this late in his career. So I'd like to see Pacquiao get in there more the likes of Broner or Danny Garcia and leave Terrence Crawford alone. I would be surprised if Bob made that fight unless he's trying to pass the torch, like y'all said before. Speaking of making fights, why is Richard Schafer writing checks that Canelo and Oscar got to cover? He needs to stick to promoting his own fighters in his own fights and stop messing around. I mean, talk about in another man's pockets. Of course he would have made Canelo and Golovkin now, because he ain't got to do it. Richard, get your own fights, your own fighters, or do a better job still in the company next time. Boxing Voice, I love y'all. Appreciate everything. I'm out.
You got to remember, Ness, right? Richard Schafer and Al Heyman are boys.
Of course they are.
So, I don't think the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and Al Heyman are boys.
Yo, you guys got to put the pressure on MD, too. We putting pressure on Larry, who's obviously going above and beyond, trying to make sure his wife even gets there. And MD hasn't even reassured us that he's going to take the time out to come out and meet.
I'm definitely going to try to come out there and JP, prayers go out to your wife and,
Larry.
Oh, Larry, I'm sorry. He said JP. But, again, it's I could easily justify Lennox Lewis being one of the best heavyweights to ever live. Wait. I'm giving him.
Said he was going to pay for an on-demand.
Well, that's what I was about to say until Nestor Gibbs hijacked my call. So, again, there's more information, and I would love for you to purchase an on-demand show. And any of the listeners or callers can go to ThaBoxingVoice.com, and any topic you guys want to hear, inquire. And also, if you guys join the Patreon, there is other ways that you could bring up topics that we can talk about. So
true. That is right. Become a mastermind. It's even cheaper than an on-demand show. That's what people haven't realized. Look, one day we're going to do an all Patreon-only show to really give information, because not everyone knows about it. But speaking about not everyone knowing, usually when we call this guy, everyone knows that he loves to hate. Listen, it is Enrique's job to get him the 50 Cent. That's back in the day, way before Steven's time. But in me and Enrique's time, we're talking about the Mad Hat. What is the Mad Hater or whatever? What was the dude? Mad Rapper. Remember? I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. That's That's Scorsese.
Right.
That intro for Scorsese. Scorsese, tell me why you mad, son. I'm gonna tell you
mad, Scorsese. Why?
The producer here. The producer on.
Producer on. You've been listening to the show. The producer is in the house.
Producer, would it be above me to give you a job to do to show these dudes I know what I'm talking about?
It's above you, but
go ahead. Google's ready. I'm ready. Go ahead.
You accept the tag. Okay, well, MD, didn't you share a paper full of Hall of Fame entry people or something like that? Didn't you share that? MD?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. So what I did retweet was Dan Raphael's Hall of Fame selections. Yes. Do you?
All right. Well, this is a quick job because my call last week basically said Crawford would, if he would have picked a tough fight, he could have possibly been the fight of the year 2 times in less than 3 years. So the job for the producer and for everybody that disagreed with that statement and Crawford trying to be great, producer, go find that list. And can you please tell me if just only one of those guys was the fight of the year 2 times in 3 years? Or better yet, just get a list of all of them.
Well, I mean,
tell me how many of those would have been
okay.
Fight of the year 2 times in 3 years, because he's very capable of doing.
Listen, I hear you, man, but like it's also what you have to remember when these guys were fighting, especially like Evander Holyfield. What did the guy's name? The guys' names that he nominated were Evander Holyfield, Barrera, and who's the last guy?
He can pick anybody. He can
Tapia, right? They were fighting in an era where the guys were fighting a lot more than 1 to 2 times per year. And I hate to bring up negativity, but I believe the sport of boxing was a little more deep as far as the upper echelon talent. So just because they didn't get 2-time fighter of the years doesn't mean that these guys have to.
It's not me bashing them. It's me saying it don't matter if they haven't done it. If you do it, hell, you set the standard. I don't care if they did or didn't do it. I'm just saying, look at it. Go look at that and see. I'm not bashing the old school. I'm just saying you could have been in that echelon. I don't know nobody 2 times in 3 years. Anybody got a guess right now?
I would assume that Evander Holyfield has a 2 times fighter of the year. I would assume
in 3 years. No, in the time of 3 years. That's what the man was just fighting.
No, but I mean, you have to understand again. Like there's, in the early '90s, right? In the early '90s, not the late '90s, there was a lot of fighters that were competing for that level, for that title, because the best were fighting the best, and there was high level talent. So just because a fighter didn't win that 3 out of 2 years doesn't necessarily indicate where they all are historically, right? I mean, someone like Antonio Marco Barrera has shown through a long period of time to.
Hey, what about binoculars? What about like 3D glasses and all that crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? She got records with Nas. You know what I'm saying? Jagged Edge. You know what I'm saying? Trick Daddy. I mean, come on, all these names and stuff.
Yeah, damn Scorsese.
Yeah, but he's trying to be positive, so we can't give him that negative title.
I'm just giving the point. How much time I got? I'm almost done.
30, like in round 2 right now.
33 seconds. Don't want to see Crawford Pacquiao. I want to see Crawford get all the belts at 140 and not be rushed to 47. Because as soon as you beat Pacquiao, then you got to be talked about with Thurman and everybody else. You might not be ready for that. Let the guy grow in the way he's going. Pacquiao got competition at 147. He can handle. Don't care about Golovkin Canelo no more. $10 million is enough for me to do anything in the world, just about. So if that was the offer, I don't give a shit if I gotta lose. Well, like I said, don't care about that no more. Send me a link to going to Vegas, because I fuck around, might do that.
Yes, send him a link, Ness.
How we gonna send you a link? You need to send.
I don't know the information. I don't know how the
Oh, so you don't listen to this show every single day?
But I'm not that. I don't retain much information like you think, man. I don't. I'm very busy.
Look, here goes the link. BoxingVoice.com.
All right.
I mean,
before I get the OT, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of you, so I assume that.
No. He always messing up people's names. This
Scorsese.
How you gonna call him? I mean, you.
He just throwing black names out there. Yo, I mean.
It's over. They gonna gun him for that.
You call Larry JP. Now you call it Scorsese. I mean.
Oh,
I guess I'm the one that lacks the short-term memory. You know?
Got him. Somebody hit that in the chat. No, nah, it's all good. MD.
Why is MD the funniest today? Jesus. Josue from the Lower Oregon. How far is Lower Oregon from Las Vegas? I don't know nothing about the Atlas. Are you coming to the fan?
Clearly. No, so you trolling?
I'm trolling. I'm trying to put the.
How far is New York from Las Vegas?
Yo, jump in the car. Jump in the car, Josue. We want you at the party. Talk to me.
Josue, hablamos español.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. No. He's gonna come on later and say that. Why he's gonna drop off, come back in. Marcus from DC. You coming to the party?
Yo, I wish I could on everything. Yo, the 18th is my birthday, for real, for real.
Oh my God! How you?
Yo, I just started calling in.
How you gonna have a birthday party without us? That's crazy. That's you gonna tell me now. You gonna tell me what you doing for your birthday?
I listen. I'm on the 18th. Listen, you know what I want for my birthday? Hey, listen, Sam. I appreciate it. I just caught on to y'all show, man. I'm loving y'all show, man. It's about the third time I called in. I ain't even know to say first time calling when I called in the first time I did, but that's another story. We're going to get it like that. Listen.
Nah, we're going to give you a first time caller intro right now, then.
Give it to him right now.
We got to give you a first time caller right now.
We're going to get it then. We're going to get it. Okay. We're going to get it then. We're going to get it then. Let's do it.
Well, let's
show it how show the people how it should be done.
That's right. Show them how it's done in DC.
All right, that's what's happening. That's how we gonna do.
Yo, matter of fact, what's that arena? What's that arena that's always popping in DC that Lamont always fight at? It's the Armory. All right, you walking out the hallway in the Armory.
DC Armory.
That's
DC
right.
Armory. DC Armory.
You the main event. You the main event. You ready?
I know him since a little dude too. Yeah, I'm out. Like Lunch Street, I come ready.
Okay.
Got the hood on.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, that dude Marcus. Big time from Midtown Boxing Academy, the city that produced Lamont Peterson, Gary Russell Jr., Lamont Rose Jr., motherfucking William Jaffe, all the champions keep home. We keep producing the champs, and here we go.
William Jaffe got knocked out though. But
okay. I love the enthusiasm.
He was a damn champ though.
He was a champ. He was
a champ though.
He was a damn good
He was a champ though. I can keep going. We got a bunch of champs, man.
Yo, he dared to be great, Enrique.
Look, check this out. Hey, Enrique, we got a bunch of champs here, bro. No bullshit about that. We got a bunch of champs. But look, and they green belt champs too. They ain't IBC either. They got a W in front of it. You hear me? Check this out.
The most valuable belt.
Yeah, knows what he knows. The only person that has ever been mildly successful on pay-per-view numbers with a loss has been Canelo. Historically, you had to beat the pay-per-view dude to become the dude who incurred any type of pay-per-view numbers. Oscar has one fight only. Schafer was the model when he was with Golden Boy.
Miguel Cotto.
You know what? I can get away from Golden Boy.
Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto lost his first pay-per-view.
Right?
What?
But what I'm saying is, top rank has been historically, they could take guys from non-successful, non-known guys to successful guys who then become, for the last 4 or 5 fights, able to promote themselves. We all know that, right? What I'm saying is this, listen. If you have an in-house pay-per-view star, which Arum has, you're supposed to take your next most talented fighter and talk about fighting them against that guy who's a pay-per-view star who's exiting, Manny Pacquiao. He would be remiss if he did not try to push the Crawford fight. I personally don't think Crawford can beat Pacquiao. I know Crawford's talented. I've been on Crawford's bandwagon since Breeders' Prescott, but I honestly don't think he can fight. I don't think he can beat Pacquiao. A lot of dudes think they can beat Pacquiao. Only super elite fighters have ever beat Pacquiao, barring those early fights. Now, let's just say this. He's talking Golovkin because Golovkin's popular. He's talking Canelo. They talk Canelo because Canelo's popular. Because it's a cash-out fight in a lot of ways. At the end of the day, look, this is all it's about. And this is really the end of the story. Pacquiao has 2 or 3 fights. He's going to fight Vargas because it's a winnable fight to fight Mayweather and cash out. He doesn't have to fight Thurman. Thurman got plenty of dudes to fight. He doesn't have to fight Garcia. Garcia got plenty of dudes to fight. He don't have to fight Broner. Broner got plenty of dudes to fight. But if he puts him in those fights, yeah, then cut it. I don't think any of those dudes I just named to be back.
This was not this was unofficially your first time calling, but really your third time, and you know you got that 3-minute warning.
And that was a friendly skirt.
It's just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
Donald from Richmond, California. Is he making it to the TBV appreciation party? That one could definitely drive. He in Cali. I don't give a fuck. You better drive. That's only like 8 hours away, maybe. From the furthest part of California is about 8 or 10 hours away. So get in that car. You coming?
Hey, I wish I could come because you know what?
All these wishing on the star dudes.
Look,
wishing on.
Listen, I already got plans. I got plans to go to the Bernard Hopkins last fight, and I might even go to see the Torlo versus Dillian. So that's like 2 trips. I'm already gonna take, so I can't push Vegas.
How are you gonna come to Los Angeles to see Bernard instead of going to Ward Kovalev? Hey, by a show of hands, did anybody watch my fight? I think that shit deserves a review. I love my fight. I seen it yesterday live. It was great. Well, not live because I was watching the fight, but I DVR'd. Anybody seen my fight, Kovalev Ward? No,
I did not, but I have it recorded. I'm gonna watch it.
You guys are some fake hardcores.
Is it on HBO or just YouTube?
Yo, look how hardcore I am right here. Look at the shirt.
How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw.
Put that on air, Ness, right there.
Ness, was that on HBO or like I didn't even see that?
Yeah, it was on HBO at 10:30. Listen, caller, hold on 1 second. We've hijacked you, Donald. I am sorry. We're gonna restart the clock. We want to give you formal apologies, and we want to hope that you can make the trip. You cancel that B-Hop trip. That makes no sense at all. But whatever. We're gonna go. Clock started. Go.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is about Canelo going from 154 with WBO to the 160. This is what Canelo's gonna do, and I swear this is the bitch move because he does that bitch shit. He's gonna go fight Billy Joe Sanders at 160. He's not gonna try to do no fucking weird catch weight. He's probably gonna beat Billy Joe Sanders and get the WBO, and then Triple G's gonna be like, okay, you fought at 160, Billy Joe. What's up? I want that WBO. Let's do 160. Canelo's gonna say, I'm vacating that WBO, and if you want to fight me, you're gonna take this amount of money, and we're gonna do catch weight 155. That's how he gonna do that. I'm telling you, that's because Canelo don't want to fight Triple G unless he drain him a little bit, But telling you, when he get that 160 belt, it's gonna be like, okay, what's up? You did 160, let's do 160 again, and he's gonna be like, nope, 155 catch weight. I don't want the WBO no more. Because Canelo, that's what he's doing. And man, Pacquiao and Triple G, never. I would love to see Crawford fight Pacquiao because that would be like super good for Crawford to have on his resume, because right now Crawford's about to fight John Molina Jr. And even though John Molina Jr., he's been beat, he's been knocked out, and he's not the greatest fighter, I like that fight because Terrence Crawford gets to put a puncher on his resume. So now we get to see how Terrence Crawford is going to fight a puncher. So he goes in there, he gets the John Molina win. Now you got a puncher on your resume. So now we know what Crawford can do with a puncher. And then after that, maybe he can get, another big fight. But I know he take the Pacquiao fight. But that's all I got. But right now, I do want to go to that event that y'all got. So I might change my plans. I got a few things that I got going on. I got my daughter's birthday coming up. I'm trying to do something really nice for her birthday and like have some people show up. I was talking to Raquel Miller. She might be able to show to my daughter's birthday.
Yo, wait a minute. Donald.
Shameless plug.
So you want your daughter to meet Raquel Miller, who is an Olympian, right? Or training to be an Olympian. She's still just an amateur. TBV is telling you that there's going to be multiple fighters and trainers on location.
Got 2 pro fights already, but that's just for a female boxer for my daughter. That's just for my daughter because my daughter's 12, about to be 13, and she likes boxing. That's just for her. That's just something to motivate her,
Yo, don't make me get Heather Hardy. You want Heather Hardy?
Come to that.
Yes, get Clarissa Shields on the phone.
Do you want Heather Hardy?
Well, bring her to
Do you want? You tell me who you want, and I'm gonna make it happen. That's just how it goes. Who you want, Layla Ali?
All right,
Who you want? Shit,
Layla Ali.
Don't make me pull no fucking favors. I start pulling favors, man. You know what I'm saying? I make people offers they just can't refuse in this business.
Hey, for real, do it. I need that.
I ain't get no email saying. I ain't get no email saying Donald was coming +3. You better listen, Donald. That you hear that buzzer? Hey. That means this.
Cut it.
But nah, man, I'm gonna see what I could do. You want some female fighters? I'm gonna see if I could get you some female fighters.
Great idea,
I wasn't even thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. Yes, sir.
Message.
Okay, so I just wanted to clear up the air because we've all been talking about the Gennady Golovkin and Canelo talks, the way they've fallen apart. So as of October 30th, Radio Raheem wrote an article on Boxing Scene, and in that he stated one of the biggest issues making Canelo Golovkin is not the weight, as was in the case of the past, it's the money. And the reason why we've all begun to speculate this since is because of after the Liam Smith fight, Canelo Alvarez's team reportedly made an offer of $10 million to Gennady Golovkin, which they claimed that he had denied. And Steve Kim reported on October 18th that Canelo Alvarez's team was still open for negotiations for future in 2017, and that according to his manager, quote, I'm quoting Steve Kim here, according to his management, he plans to test the waters in the middleweight division at the division limit of 160 in his next fight. Both of the previous fights in the middleweight division took place at 155 pounds.
So besides rumor from Radio Raheem, who I swear to God, I don't know who Radio Raheem is. So
no, he's legitimate. He's legitimate.
Yeah, he's legit. But it's not Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing.
From Do the Right Thing and Spike Lee, absolutely.
That's only
Rest in peace.
But you know what?
And Chisora White is legit too. There is even odds going on for it on oddschecker.com. Chisora went on YouTube, I believe a couple days ago. Let's see, when was this posted? He went on YouTube on the 29th, saying that it was done deal.
You know what? And I'm speaking directly to Donald. You know what, Donald? If I do receive some sort of ping, I can actually pull off a female fighter. I forgot. You know, I received notification today that Ava Knight is going to be in Vegas for that night. And she's actually a good fighter. So if you want your daughter to, you know, that's somebody definitely you can have her watch her fight and stuff. And I could probably pull that off. Let me see. We got 407 Orlando again. Randy, talk to me.
Yo, what's up, man? You think you could call me back or get another caller and come back to me?
We'll do, Randy. Don't worry about it, brother. We're trying to build that Florida TBV life up so we can end up with a beach party one day. Let me go to we got some alumni coming on, and you know, we're gonna have to put hey Enrique.
Yo,
do your Debo on this one, all right?
What up? What up?
Man, it's really
JP.
That's really good, y'all.
JP, I don't know, JP, because the last time I checked, you are the reason we even had the East Coast Appreciation Party. You're the reason that callers even get awards. I haven't received anything saying JP showing up, but yet you wanted, what's going on?
But JP.
Oh man, my room is booked, my nigga. My room's booked, so I'm there for sure. My thing at this point, I'm just trying to rally the troops, get my boys together. Now they're not hardcore fans, so it's kind of hard to get guys to gear up for Vegas and get that money together and get them rooms and then whatever travel situations you got together. Plus, tell them, you know, it's $120 ticket that we will be attending.
Let me help you out, JP.
So
What's your first night there? What night are you flying in?
I come in that Friday.
What day do you land? Friday the 18th?
I'm driving, man. I'm right here.
Oh, damn, even easier. So when you drive and you park your vehicle and you check in, what are you going to go do? You going to go eat? You going to hit the nightclub? You going to hit the weigh-in? What are you going to do? You going to attend that TBV appreciation?
I don't know.
Nah?
Ain't no motherfucking question. Ain't no question, man. I can't wait. You know what I mean? Can't wait to hang out with y'all, have some drinks, and, you know, do what it do, man. I'm very excited. I cannot wait. And I'm also using it as just an excuse to go blow it out with my boys, you know what I mean? But I fucked around and showed wifey the TBV appreciation. You know, we hanging out in the backyard. I had the tablet. I'm like, you know, babe, this is what I'm gonna be going to. And then she fucked around and seen all them wives there and shit. She like, well, why you ain't taking me? I'm like, it ain't like that, you know.
Bring the wife, man. Bring the
wives.
wife. Bring the wife. What's wrong with bringing the wife?
Nothing wrong with it.
But I understand your weekend. You want that freedom.
Yo, Vegas is whack without your wife.
No, JP, didn't you say, and I quote, I'm leaving the ball chain at home. I'm going hard. I may not come back. Wasn't that you on the show?
I remember that, JP. You rev that engine. You like,
no, listen. On the real though, on the real, JP, let me just interrupt you because there are a few of you that haven't purchased tickets. Just understand the level of production here because some obviously have genuinely earned their right to receive an award, but yo, you can't get nothing official done up on short notice. So like, I'm not about to be having awards to present them to nobody. So you guys need to get it together. Is all I'm saying.
Like we did Chris 646. We had to bring him his award at the fight.
We had to bring Chris's award the next time at another fight. Like that was corny. We don't want to do that.
Coming up on 3 minutes on his call though. Let's let him burn for a couple minutes.
Yeah, JP.
But I'm definitely there, man, and I'll go ahead and make that purchase to make it, you know, official. So I'm really excited. I plan to act inappropriate as a married man, and I might grab an ass sometime during the weekend, unfortunately. But on to some boxing, man. Really excited. We got a lot to look forward to, it seems. I'm looking forward to the absolute end of Adrian Broner, that being Adrian Granados. I know for a fact, I think everyone knows that Adrian don't have the hunger it's going to take to knock off Granados. And I'm just looking. I can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be like a replay of the Maidana fight, and he's just not going to be able to dig to that next level where the other guy's willing to go. I got to give HBO some kudos, which I don't do often, but they're there with the Postal, Crawford, and again, what we have coming up with the Walters Lomachenko. This is the type of fight I termed the On the Road to Riches and Diamond Rings fight. This is the one that you give us before you become a big star. And I like when fighters do that. I mean, I feel like Canelo did it with Lara, because these are the fights that we just say, we want you to do it. It doesn't necessarily make a ton of money. It doesn't necessarily do this or that. Give it to us because this is what we want. And I always felt and still do that that's what Gennady hasn't done. And that's what the problem with him translating over to being a boxing star. Other than that, man, just looking forward to 2017. I think we got a lot to look forward to, man. Vegas, I can't wait. Let's do it.
Hey, man, I don't know how long you've been listening, but we got a couple of fighters coming out. We got a couple of people that are on the short list, you know. Confirmed is Peter Quillen. Confirmed is Willie Monroe, El Mongoose. You know, confirmed is Andre Rozier. On the short list, we got Bermain Stavern.
Do you got Heredia to get the TBV listeners?
You know what?
Pumped up, you know, trying to get on that shit before, you know.
I could get Heredia. He's in Vegas. I could get him. I'm not like you, MD. I'm not negative. You know what I'm saying? I actually.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm trying to get him to enhance the.
Hey, I have a question. Gennady.
Hold on. JP has something. What happened, JP?
Hey, I just wanted to tell MD last show, you guys last show, I was highly entertained. MD, you stay on these niggas' throats every time they don't say some shit that you agree with. You stay on their goddamn throat, goddammit. I was highly entertained.
I appreciate your encouragement.
That's a good thing, JP, man. Thank you for calling in as always. Can't wait to finally meet JP.
Me too.
Listen. There's no denying it. There's no bias here. Whoever's been listening for years knows that JP was the originator. It was his thought to have awards for listeners and callers for that matter. So we are truly anticipating the moment where Casual, because he is our presenter, he's done such a good job last year. We can't take that job away from him, and he ain't gonna let you take that mic away from him anyway, right? So he's gonna be presenting that award, and we want to make sure that all our listeners come through, man. It would be amazing. Like, Josue from the Lower Oregon, he might be far, but he's been listening forever. Alex Lemon, I'm finally gonna get to meet Alex Lemon. DiBiase, man, you better come through. Where's DiBiase? I think DiBiase is from Memphis, though. That's super far. I don't know.
Yes, you know how bad I am with names sometimes is that I thought Alex Lemon was your Alex for a short period of time.
Oh no, Alex Lemon. No, that's he's.
I know. Now I realize that, but for a long time I thought he was, the Alex that I met.
Hey, Granada was the guy that Adrian Broner is fighting. Who is he? What's his full name? Hello, MD.
He's fighting Adrian Granados versus Adrian Broner.
Adrian Granados beat Amir Aman.
That is correct.
Oh, that's a good fight. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but Amir Aman, and here's the thing about Adrian Broner, I think people somehow besides the Sean Porter fight, Sean Porter, he just looked really unmotivated, and it was a bad style for him. I mean, as much as we think Adrian Broner fucks off outside the ring and is not in shape, he's still talented enough to beat someone like Granados, in my opinion. So that's why I would favor him versus Ricky Burns. That's why I would favor him against a lot of the less upper echelon fighters around 140 pounds. So
let's make something clear. No bets with people that owe. Like, if you owe, it's senseless to be speaking of any future bets.
Are there people that owe bets that are trying to make bets? Is that why you're trying to shut them down, or
absolutely. James won a bet here on this show live, and he hasn't been paid. Just because he's not here doesn't mean anything. James is totally part.
I'm also on a bet. I'm also owed by somebody too, but it's okay.
No, and so those people, after their shame, they are like what is it? M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Fucking producer, I love you, man. You know what? This guy deserves an award too. He deserves something, a patch at least. If not, if we're gonna get him a kiss from the best looking stripper on the strip. Listen, but yeah, it's like an M. Night Shyamalan.
You don't want those lips touching you.
Those we do not speak of are those that owe bets. We don't no mention. That was just a disclaimer. That wasn't even a mention. Like, if you owe, get out of here. I hope people that owe show up to the party, right? Because then it would be like, this is my hand, this is your face. Yeah. So man, let's wrap it up.
Wait, do we have any bets that are going to be going on other than Enrique's
we got a lot of notifications. Enrique may be a champ, he may not be. For all we know is that Canadian Jose might be accepting those titles and then immediately defending them the very next night versus Bruce, because we will be having the WBO champion in the building. The current undisputed, unified, true champion is Enrique. He's got the ring title. He got the WBC. He's now going to give these guys opportunities to make a name.
And don't get too excited because Jose neither Bruce have signed anything yet.
No. Are we still waiting for official paperwork? No one's.
We're waiting for official paperwork.
Listen to me. I am the promoter of both of these guys. They're both signed to TBV. Everybody's under TBV's promotional banner. It's like the UFC over here, but it's T-fucking-B.
But the papers don't get signed before the night before the fight.
Exactly. That's why we don't have to worry about, as long as Canadian Jose and Bruce walk in. Well, not Jose. Jose's time limit is Tuesday, honestly, but we'll give him a little bit of time, before the Pacquiao fight. But it's got to be before Saturday for Jose's his deadline. But Bruce just has to show up to the party with the belt, because the next day is the fight. It's a wrap. If Bruce shows up to the he could do it online. It would be better to do it online and pump it up and get everybody excited. And he show his belt. Casual take a picture with his belt. We get Bruce on the show and they fucking virtually face off, make it insane. Put all the gold. Coming for you, sucker. I'm coming for you. But
and we got a big show November 5th post fight.
Definitely, we're gonna be doing a media reaction show on November 5th. And just to clear everything up, right? James won the bet, and James can be reached on Twitter to ask the details of the bet and who he bet and who owes. I have nothing to do with it. I'm only the messenger, but messengers usually get shot because the shooter doesn't like what they're hearing. So,
right.
No comment.
9:15 Eastern time. What's going on?
We were supposed to be wrapping it up, but
Well, wait, are we gonna go back and try Randy? Because I think we passed him up. He was busy.
Randy, where is Randy? Randy, Orlando. Hablanos.
Yo, what's up, man?
I got you, Randy. We're gonna leave you there. I got you. I saved you.
What was it?
Randy, you are live on the Boxing Voice, and this Golovkin versus Pacquiao.
No. I was asking Golovkin versus Pacquiao.
Yeah, see, that's your reaction. Tell us about it.
Yo, I didn't even hear about that. Who's talking about that?
Yo, it's official, man. It's been signed, sanctioned. Like, in
No,
fact,
yeah, fucking right. It's official. I can't even make no 160, 168, wherever the fuck Golovkin's at.
Richard Schafer says that
when is it?
The party? November 18th, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, November 18th.
November 18th, Friday.
Las Vegas.
Vegas, right?
Fight week. We got the Villa.
You know who else we're gonna have there too? I don't know if anybody knows Ernie from Everlast that usually does everybody's uniforms for Everlast. He does Canelo's, he's done Austin Trout's. He's the representative for Everlast, and he'll be there too. They sponsored the event, so Everlast will be there. There'll be some goodie bags. But
yo, so you got Bert and Ernie, or just Ernie?
Boxingvoice.com.
Go ahead, Randy.
Oh, no, I was just calling about that. I wanted to know when the party was lit, so see if I could slide. It's November 18th, right?
Yes, Friday, man, from 6:30 to 1 a.m. We're gonna be partying hardy. We're gonna have Peter Quill in the house, Andre Rozier, Mario Barrios should be coming through, and
drinks,
food. It's all gonna be good.
Pool table, ping pong.
All right, that's what's up. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know though on the 4th of November. I don't know if y'all be on the 4th of November, but I'm gonna let you know around that time.
That's Friday, next Friday, this Friday coming up. Listen, man.
I'm gonna set up. I know Nestor is gonna put a reminder on his iPhone, right? You got that done right now?
Well, Randy, I'm gonna get to some other callers, man. Thank you for calling in. We got 808 on the check-in.
No heartbreak.
No.
What up? What up, Nestor? What up, Ness?
What up?
808.
Yo, it's Jacob from Hawaii. What's up, dude?
Hawaii. How long's the drive to Vegas?
I would have to fly to Vegas. Dude.
Jacob, are you coming to the party?
He could do a 1940 style and just take a boat,
Jacob, have you ever met Peter Quillen?
Aloha, maloha.
Like a boxer?
Yes, maloha, mahola. How do you say thank you in Hawaiian?
Part-time boxer, part-time fashion designer.
Mahalo. Mahalo. Is how you say hello.
Mahalo.
No, wait, is that?
Mahalo. 808, mahalo. Kid Chocolate, you know him. He fought Daniel Jacobs.
Oh,
yeah. Like I said, part-time boxer, part-time fashion entrepreneur, Kid Chocolate. I'm actually not joking. His clothing line, people do buy. Like, I've seen people wear it, so I'm not.
Oh, he has a clothing line.
No, he does, yeah. And he actually was down in Tampa. He had some type of expo where people were buying his clothes. So he's at least kind of successful in that. So I give him some credit.
Okay. We're ending the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's Hawaii? You still there?
Hawaii is a troll, but that's how you know we made it, yo. Because we got some prank callers. That means we are some ballers. if you coming to TBV's appreciation night, please bring your own ladies, because ain't gonna be nothing but salami. It's the fucking truth. That's what I'm telling you.
I mean,
bring your own girl. Don't be looking at MD's girl. For all you guys that thinking MD, you know, he got a hottie on his arms, all right?
Yeah, but like, and this is the thing. It's like, if you guys, I don't know, if you're trying to go to the TBV appreciation party to get pussy, I mean, I don't know, like,
I know you guys.
It's a weird thing. I mean, don't you guys like live by that around you?
You show up to talk boxing, chop it up, meet professionals. Have a good time.
And you guys could find some expensive pussy out there if you want to in Vegas. Not necessarily the best place to pick up women.
Well, maybe you might run into a bachelorette party. Bring it to the TBV.
That's why we should have something down in Miami where it is a great place to pick up women.
JP from Long Beach said you might catch an ass cheek, so you never know.
Yeah,
well, JP said he was gonna catch an ass cheek during the weekend. Not at the party.
Oh, okay. I was just ready to be on guard.
I mean, he might catch one before the party and show up with 5 of those things.
Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna show up with a party bus full.
Outros, man. Let's
yo, Fruto. No, Ness. I could just see JP. Let's hope and pray he ends up not like Lamar Odom. You know what I'm saying? You get that Las Vegas stay.
Oh man.
All right. So, what's your Twitter handle, MD?
Well, you guys can follow me at BoxingMD1 on Twitter.
And you all know you can follow Steve at Sugar Sweet Steve.
That's right, on IG. And you can follow me on Twitter at Calderon92.
And my IG is at Fight Talk. My Twitter is TBV_casual fan.
And I am your host. Catch me on Twitter and Instagram at NestGTO. Catch me live and in person. Standing tall over you at the TBV appreciation party, ready to give you a body shot once I have a few too many drinks.
What day you flying into the Vegas?
I get there Wednesday, so I will meet anybody early too. You know,
I drive through. I'm driving through on Wednesday as well.
Cut West talks so much, he better be there. Talking about, yo, send me a link. No, that was Stores. He said, send me a link. What you mean send you a link? We've been talking about this shit for like 2 months.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I hope he comes through, man. Scorsese. I want to meet him.
I mean, it would only be right. It's gonna be recorded. Like, could you imagine those conversations?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we have even more ideas on how we're gonna.
Yes. And the guest list just continues to grow. That's what's important. So again, this is actually what I wanted to say. You know what I mean? Hold on a minute. Like, this is some sincere shit. Let me even get let me show my face too for all my rail, on my Harlem, my backup town, Lennox Ave. Yeah, that's all my Dipset people used to listen to Cam back at the.
Yeah, Ness, take the sunglasses off, like when Floyd has something, you know.
Yeah, all right.
I
don't got nothing in the off. Let me see. I might got. Let me see. Ooh, empty case. Nope, nothing in there. Nah, can't help you with no sunglasses. Just imagine. Boom. So, boom. The serious thing is this. Listen. There's probably a lot of you guys that the first time around was like, oh, you know what? Let me see how it ends up. You know, this TBB first one or whatever. Oh, I can't make it to New York. New York is expensive. You know, the taxes in New York is just as high as they are in fucking Cali, right?
Yeah, like San Francisco.
But the first one was amazing, right? And we learned from it. And the second one, we're hoping to be even better. But the key element is obviously you, the TBV listener, because look, WBC got involved. This is the second one back to back that they're supporting. They could have easily told us, no, you guys need to jump on board with this and just show that you know, they didn't make a mistake in believing in us the way that you guys believe in us, episode after episode. You know, and the same for these fighters. Don't let these fighters come here expecting a warm welcoming from their fans and you guys not be there, or you guys not be respectful to them. You know what I mean? Come out, learn something, speak with them. I mean, when's the last or the first time you're going to be this close? I mean, we're talking about an intimate location, no fucking ropes, no VIP section that you can't come to, and no security other than Ness's 24-inch pythons. Damn, that was Hogan, not me, but so what? Yeah. So definitely, you know what I mean? Come out and at the very least, come out to make sure the TBV don't fall flat on their face, right? Because if we fall flat on their face, don't be expecting another one. We over here wishing on a star about Miami. Ain't no Miami without West Coast.
Well, the only entourage that will be, the only security that would be there would be Willie the Worm Monroe's entourage.
No,
bringing security.
Quillen. I mean, Peter Quillen is there too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people.
Alex is gonna be there too.
Yeah, you know. No, I mean we got security. Obviously, I'm just joking. It was a joke.
Knock you out in 20 seconds.
You see the video?
You saw the video. That's our security, but yeah, man. I would tell you one thing. I have never been as close to boxing as I ever been until I was part of the Boxing Voice, and you know, these parties bring you that close. To be honest with you, like Peter Quillen, just crazy approachable, laughing with you, joking with you, responding, receptive. You know, you're gonna get that with Willie Monroe. You're gonna get that with whoever else shows up because, like Ness said, there's no stanchions, there's no VIP. You are VIP once you buy that ticket. Come on,
bro! I'm so excited. Every day when I look at those pictures from the one in New York, I'm so upset I didn't go because I was like so close to going. I had bought I had reserved the time off. I had gotten ready to get my tickets, but it was just things came up, other bills came up. I had to miss it.
You a stay. I even told you to stay here to make it easy. Nah, Info Joe, Monsterpiece is not coming out. Listen, this is why we need Patreon. If the Patreon was if we met our goals, then MD wouldn't be a doubt. MD would be flown out. Monsterpiece would be flown out. Like, yo, you know, we are our own community. It's not like, you know, we're over here, like Casual said, flossing, you know what I mean? What you guys are giving and what we're receiving from these other companies like War Tape and Everlast and you know, WBC, El Camino, whoever it is that we associate our brand with, it's only to better the product for you.
Yeah, and just like me this weekend, right? That I met a guy who I've never met before, don't even know what he looks like. And he knows so much about me, and I know so much about him already because, you know, so much is said in boxing and whatever. And a lot of people around the country, I mean, shit, like undergrad, I had like 2 friends who talked boxing, right? And now since I've stayed in Gainesville for a long ass time, I have no people to talk about boxing, right? Other than casual. So, you know, we are a family here, and I've, you know, got to know everybody here, and it'd be awesome for me to go out there and for all you guys to go out there too. So.
Dude, I'm just so excited to have this many boxing heads. It's crazy because like we're all gonna be there, and normally when you go to Vegas during a fight weekend, you have something in common with everybody. It's boxing. You all love boxing, but for this party, we all have something even more in common. We all love TVV, and so it's just gonna be like awesome. It's just gonna be nothing but good vibes and everything. I'm sure the back and forth is gonna be crazy. Get to continue conversations we didn't get to finish from Thursday's show. We're still doing a Thursday show, right? Or what?
Absolutely. You know,
there we go.
We had something this big on a smaller scale in Vegas, and it was a good, you know, good turnout, over 50 people, and it was great. It wasn't documented, and that's when I learned that I made that mistake. And with everyone, we learn from our mistakes. So moving forward, they've been documented, and they will continue to be because of the conversation, man. You got to understand what it is. Like in that one, we actually got to watch a fight, right? Live with 50-something real boxing fans. Like your Twitter came alive because some of us only know each other via social media, some form, Facebook, something like that. You know what I mean? So for those people to come in live before your very eyes, put a face to that voice, and, you know, experience, like I said, a fight. The icing on the cake is having guys like Quillen and, you know, possibly Erickson Lubin. There's so many possibles, man. Again, I just want to reiterate that it's not us, man. It's this fight, dude. I wish this fight was a different fight, or it was different promoters or something. There's an element missing to this, but, you know, again, I'm calling out on you to not only come out for this fight, because it's gonna be sad if Ward and Kovalev fall flat on their face as well. These are 2 of the best. And again, we got 2 on-demand shows that we have to do this week, and I even want to slip in my fight, Kovalev Ward. It was aired last night on HBO. It was just fucking amazing, dude.
I'm gonna go watch that right now. Actually,
listen, casual. Ooh,
Yo, me too.
I'm gonna go watch that immediately.
What is it? Does it make you more confident in your pick?
Yo, one of our callers, even asked about it. They're like, "Hey, is there going to be a 24/7 or something like that?" At the time when I was looking it up, they had nothing scheduled.
Yes, HBO. I watch HBO, right? Just like you. I love the shows on HBO. I didn't see any advertisement for that. It just must have came and gone because I did not notice it. And I watch HBO.
You know what? You might be right. There probably wasn't. You know, I receive emails, so I had got an email like last week. You know,
I think they posted something on Twitter. HBO posted on their Twitter.
That's the thing. Again, and I hate to continue to stress it, but that's what the Patreon is for. We had a dedicated editor, 2 weeks ago. At least our listeners in our community would have been able to known about Kovalev Ward, my fight, because it would have been posted 2 weeks ago, then reposted. I think they resent it out this week sometime. But yes, the episode was amazing. It doesn't matter. You should be able to find it. Hopefully, everyone has on demand.
Hopefully, yeah. If you get HBO, it doesn't matter. They have it on demand. So
yeah, and hopefully, if you got HBO Go, it's also on those things. And listen, if you didn't, TBV's got your back. We're gonna at least review it because I think it was very, very good.
Or you could watch Westworld because that's the shit.
I'm gonna watch Westworld. I got like 2. I'm behind because there's so many things that I'm trying to do, but
You know what's really disappointing, by the way? I just have to put that out there. Narcos season 2. That was disappointing.
Narcos.
I want to watch that.
2. No, because this is the one where they killed Pablo.
No, don't tell me.
Spoiler alert. I didn't even.
I want to watch that.
I just thought, to me, it just didn't do it like. I mean, nothing was as disappointing as True Detective season 2, but, I digress.
Yo, hold on. I want to do a quick shout out to Roberto Andrade. He writer for TBV. He did an awesome article about Joe Louis and his final fights. I don't know if you guys caught that, but anyone listening, if you guys didn't catch that, go check out what's up.
Speaking about a more relevant Andrade, I think it's more important to note
that's disrespectful to my boy Roberto. What do you mean a more relevant?
Yeah, I love you, Roberto Andrade. No disrespect.
The article is really, really good. It's interesting. I love